'cause you're all I ever need. I love the one you want. All right, baby, you can't use me. All right,
There is a sport you've never seen. A game of speed, chaos, and precision, where milliseconds decide legends. Now, you get to see it for yourself.
Big moment in pro paintball history.
Let's go!
Major League Paintball Plus is your all-access pass to the sport's biggest stage. The exclusive home to live tournament paintball action, featuring semifinals and finals of all NXL major events, and much more.
It's just a fantastic time for paintball and all our fans. Just love it.
Go beyond the field with Major League Paintball Plus.
They're really trying to reach every player out there and not just the elite of the elite. They're trying to really show that carbon is the gear for paintball players.
We're an all-in package, so everything from head to toe that we're wearing, but we chose that. It did not get forced on us, but once you wear the product, it speaks for itself.
You can pick and choose what you want in your package. They allow you to be your team the way you want your team to be. And that's what I like about Carbon.
With Carbon, the freedom to wear things without being a factory team or a sponsored team or something like that is so alluring to us. Because over at Battle Creek and at Wolfpack, we like to choose what we believe in. And Carbon checks that box.
It's not just NXL, that's the beautiful thing. Carbon is involved in so many different off leagues. It's insane. I, at EXL, have racked up probably $3,000 or $4,000 with Carbon this year alone because we've got 4 wins.
With the Carbon Cash, you can buy whatever you want through the portal. They really care about you and repping their products, and they give it back to you at the end of the day.
What I really like about Carbon is you're not just a number. You're an actual person, you're an actual team. They are truly building relationships. These guys care, and they care about the divisional player.
The Missouri All-Stars would not be the team without Carbon and without the guys at Carbon. It's the most important piece of the puzzle.
the end of each year, the world's elite descend on the outskirts of Orlando, Florida, drawn to the biggest stage the sport of paintball has ever known, where legends are made and history is written. Major League Paintball's NXL World Cup.
Here we go. We got the best teams in the world here.
All year long, the greatest paintball teams on earth have been battling for their place in the National Xball League season rankings.
Let's go!
With the final events presenting an opportunity to claim the series crown.
This is PhD level gunfighting. This is what you're gonna get.
And this year, it's anyone's for the taking.
They can't make mistakes.
Everybody step the up. You match the force. We gotta fight. History's done right now. Let's go.
More than 20 pro teams prepare to write their next chapter.
Not going to be easy. Let the strongest survive.
But first, we turn back the clock to the previous event's finals matchup between Edmonton Impact.
Give me one kill.
Embrace the challenge, guys.
And San Antonio X Factor.
Come on, baby. Let's go. We know what we have to do.
Hey, don't start it if you can't leave it on the field, Mouse.
This ground is sacred now.
Our tournament.
We step beyond the paintball field nets for an all-access storytelling experience that takes you deeper than ever before.
Got shot in the face.
Good ball, Zane.
We're Team Impact. We are from Edmonton, Alberta. We're Canadians right there.
In Major League Paintball's road to a championship. The outskirts of Dallas, Texas are a long way from the Great White North. But for Canadian former NHL hockey player Bart Yakimek, international travel is well worth the pursuit of another championship with his two sons and his beloved Team Impact.
Sunday morning here at the Lone Star Open for the NXL fourth event of the year. We're just here, Bart, Dave, and Zane, coaching, scouting some games for Sunday morning.
The jitters are there, but it's really another level that starts to progress on Sunday. You go through the prelims kind of getting here, and then when you're here, the emotions are really high. It gets more intense, and you gotta ramp it up even more. I grew up in Edmonton, born and raised. Hockey was my dream. Played 5 years pro, ended up winning a Calder Cup in '82. Went to Europe and played in Switzerland, played with Team Canada, played in the Spangler Cup, winning there. Ended up getting called up with the Oilers for their first Stanley Cup. I was part of that team, part of the backup squad. That dream kind of went away, and then at that point, our family being in the car business, I sold cars every summer, and I just made that decision that it was time to move on. A little different, eh? Yeah, it's not bad. Dane, I need a ball. I'll use your driver. And I need a tee and a ball. Wind's with us. It'll be good. Good ball, Zane.
Got a bit of dirt, but it's down the pipe.
Right down the piper. Back in 2000, we were in Hawaii, and we got invited, to go play paintball. And we had a hoot. We came back to Edmonton, started playing paintball. It was every weekend, getting them up at 7 in the morning, Saturday, Sunday, playing paintball. Oh, good shot, Zach.
We were like any kids, everyone gets into trouble. There's a moment in your life where you have to decide which path you're taking.
Come on, go play. We're good. Let's go, boys.
Yeehaw! Won our first game. Woohoo! Yeah, you got the last guy. I got it on film too. Thanks.
And we have playoffs now.
The beautiful thing about paintball was we could literally play it with our dad.
What's the distance, boys?
152.
Okay, and first place in the rookie division with 150 here, Team Impact, split with Team Peg Factory. We are from Edmonton, Alberta. We're Canadians, right there.
Classic Canadian golf, 55 degrees out here.
As a family, we just enjoy getting out. They've been playing since they were toddlers. They call that both games, paintball and golf, so. Opens up there, Zach. You could be okay.
Oh, and she's gone. Nope. We're better paintball players than we are golfers.
Yeah, we are golfers. Oh, great shot.
Thank you.
Taught you everything I know.
When we first initiated Impact back in the early 2000s, it was me, my brother, my dad, and we always kept that family dynamic throughout our years, even as we transitioned into a professional organization.
Time for a beer.
Let's do it.
The Yakimec family would build Edmonton Impact into one of the most dominant professional paintball teams in history.
It kind of struck me as like, there's an opportunity here for my kids to grow up being in magazines. You go win a hockey tournament, kids are 10, 11 playing peewees or whatever you want to call it. There's no exposure. But paintball gave us that exposure. And that's really what attracted me to paintball. It's so special. There's nothing like it.
The most important thing is we care. Yeah. It's when you stop caring.
Yep.
Keep having fun.
Yeah.
Keep your heads high. You're world champions. Not too many teams can sit there and be a part of a team that says they're world champions. Series and double camps, guys.
Under Bart Yakimec's leadership, Impact lays claim to 20 first-place finishes and 2 NXL Series crowns. A run fueled not only by their family dynamic, but by the elite talent attracted to their organization. Talents that in recent years has been difficult to retain.
How you doing?
Good. Nice to see you. Yeah. Still looking the same. Hey, yeah. Good, buddy. Good. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah.
Business good?
Of course.
As always, right?
As always.
Yeah. Okay.
Good to see you, Mark.
Yeah. Been a while. I think I got a sign here somewhere. Here's my sign. Something my father gave me when I was first getting into it. Keep a positive attitude, and I've lived by that forever. Just don't let anybody down. We've always had great players. If you think about the beginning of the year when we created that deal with the 4 players, there was optimism that Impact's going to be a powerhouse.
Heading into the 2025 season, Bart Yakimec recruited 4 of the best players to ever compete in the sport. Veterans Rainey Stanzak, Tyler Harmon, Marcelo Margot, and arguably the #1 player in the world today.
Welcome to Friday's competition here in the prelims, the Professional Division 2025 NXL World Cup in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm Matty Marshall alongside editor of Great American Paintball and former professional paintball coach Mike Jeffrey. So in this first set, it's going to be the Hurricanes taking on Leverage and Uprising taking on New York Extreme. So Hurricanes, Mike, they looked outstanding yesterday, undefeated 2-0.
Yeah, I thought they were the best-looking team in the morning set, playing very controlled, good aggression out there on the Doritos side from Seawright. Stu Rigel, number 99, coming through the middle with intention. They just looked like they had it all put together. Let's see if they can keep it going against the Leverage, sitting at 1-1, and that's a big win when we talk about this relegation conversation.
Yeah, it's awesome for Leverage to get a win against Papaletto, put up some points, but then they lost their game to the Tonton, so still on the bubble here as far as Sunday conversation is concerned. But that win definitely going to help them potentially avoid getting relegated into the semi-pro division. And the Hurricanes, they had some pop on the Snake side as well, too. Really liked what Nick Ripple was doing over here. And on the breakout, Seawright going to go all the way up into D2. Man, he was just omnipresent in that position. 5-on-5 break here to start out. But the Hurricanes looking good with a couple moves as they get Stu Rigel up to the wedge. Here in the middle, that PB fit wedge.
Chris Caputo with a little bit of a tough dive into the snake insert. He had to clear his hopper. He tends to be the most dangerous player for Leverage. They do kill Stu Rigel out of the middle. That's a big kill for Leverage, 5-on-4 advantage.
Yeah, Leverage going to dive into the snake and makes it clean. Caputo's going to crawl up into snake too. Ripple already there, post up down the sideline. So he's going to win this gunfight. Ooh, Nick Ripple dodging one from Caputo. Caputo lets his teammates know, and Ripple also as well too. Good comms here, and then both those guys going to be starting to shoot inside. Ripple's actually going to crawl up though, as he gets up into snake 3, checks off the angles in the middle.
Alfred De Los Santos in that Dorito 3 for Leverage. So with the body advantage and some spots, but the Hurricanes, I like they're still pressing. They lost Stu Rigel out of the middle. Did not mean they were looking to pocket up. Still coming forward in this 4-on-5.
Yeah, I like the double stack of bodies here for the Hurricanes with Brown up with Ripple, as it's been pretty effective to have a body at that wedge and a body in snake 3.
That's been so key because it really takes away a lot of opportunity for Chris Caputo, right? When you have these dangerous ones on the snake side, a lot of times they find ways to bunker guys cleanly, keep their body live. With that overwatch there, saw a lot of guys catch major penalties trying to come through, bunkering out their mirror in the snake when that overwatch from the paintball fit wedge was present.
Yeah, a little bit better field position here currently for the Hurricanes on the real estate. And Leverage back players at the South Electronics door and also the Boston Paintball can. Look like they're trying to figure out where they want to put their guns. Player at the can's going back and forth, checking his pack, see how much paint he has left.
Yeah, that's Dominic DeVivo backing up Chris Caputo on the snake side. Alfred De Los Santos playing the front Doritos. I believe Ricky Moran out there as well for Leverage. Oh, DeVivo's gun is down. So that makes this a very difficult situation for Caputo and the Leverage boys. He's walking that trigger and nothing's coming out. Not sure what happened there, but an equipment error at a tough time. Caputo.
Well, in that situation, sometimes you could just take some ground up the middle and then just run up the field, get shot a bunch, and hopefully Caputo can capitalize on that, off your death, and maybe shoot a couple hoppers or maybe make a big move to get in positions. That oftentimes is better than just hanging out and talking in the back.
Yeah.
Unless you think you can get your gun up and running.
Right. Sometimes the eyes and ears and being a joystick player works for a while, but at a certain point when it's locked up, if you don't have a weapon, got to make use of yourself as a distraction. To your point, Maddie.
As DeVivo's probably doing that math in his head right now. He's thinking, should I just commit and go try to run through and take some pain, and hopefully Caputo can capitalize on that, or should I beg the paintball gods to make this gun work and just talk it up for a little bit?
Well, it's also not easy with the Hurricanes, a team that tends to be very controlled. Oh, there we go.
Got it running.
Yeah, nicely done, DeVivo. Maybe said a prayer. But, you know, you got to have that code for my gun's down. You don't want to be screaming my gun's not working, especially when it quiets down out there.
Definitely not.
But most importantly, DeVivo, now an active participant in this first point, coming down on 11 minutes, 4-minute point stretch right here, pretty even on the positioning.
Well, it's a pretty key one for the Hurricanes because if they win this game, they'll go 3-0 and have a really good chance, regardless of what happens in their fourth match tomorrow, to punch their ticket on to Sunday. It's a harsh cut at Cup. No wild cards.
I think it might be a 4-on-4. Leverage might have had a body come off. I know it's Alfred De Los Santos in the Dorito throw.
Here comes the move right now from Caputo as he stitches up Ripple. Brown did have the overwatch, though, but Brown missed him. Caputo, no paint on him right now as he makes it clean. And then a double stack of bodies is going to follow up Caputo. DeVivo does get shot, but what an epic move here from Chris Caputo to try to crack things open in point number 1. Still untouched. Caputo onto the Hurricane side, and they're going to get that crossfield kill. So Chris Caputo, the difference maker here for Leverage at point 1.
Chris Caputo is so dangerous, man. When Leverage is playing well, it's usually because Caputo is eating right there. Hurricanes with the overwatch and the snake. Caputo does not care. Comes in bunkers, Ripple out of the snake, and then kills the man on the protect, Brown.
Let's get a look here on the replay. Perfectly timed. Comes through. Brown had his gun that way, just couldn't put a ball on Caputo. Ripple probably shocked that even though Brown was looking outside, that Caputo was able to get through that stream. And then he was able to complete the 3-pack. So beautiful job by Chris Caputo.
Just a little target moving pretty quickly. I think he just caught Brown sleeping a little bit right there. Great job by Caputo.
Yeah, Chris Caputo. Interesting story with him, too, with how, he was getting pro offers, decided to play with Leverage last season to try to win them a pro spot, did that, completed that journey. Then he had to take a break to become a New York City firefighter, so congratulations to him on that.
Well, I really respect it. He had hit that one season pro with the Brooklyn Bears. And then when his boys moved up from D2 to semi-pro, he said, sayonara to the pro division for a year. I'm going to go win a spot.
Well, he was starting to get a little bit of a name out here because people were starting, where's Caputo going to play? Maybe we'd have him come out to practice, try out, or let's pick him up on. But he just decided to play with his boys, and it's really hard to earn the spot coming out of the semi-pro division because it's a lion's den down there.
Sure is, Matty. Right now, Seattle Uprising, NYX beating Energy Elite yesterday, which is huge in the relegation situation.
Hennessy taking the walk here with also Kaya as well. Oh my God, this is a terrible break here for New York Extreme in .1, and Uprising just dialed in here on those off-the-break shots.
Yeah, that was just a bloodbath off the break. Kill 3 off the break for Uprising. Harris Hussein going to filter out to the insane paintball snake corner here. They have one body in the South Electronics door as well, but it is all Uprising. Nate Schrader, Alec Holland. They had their Wheaties this morning.
Quick concession. New York Extreme as they lost those 3 bodies early, so Uprising going to go up by 1.
Nicely done. Probably the fastest point we've seen all weekend.
Yeah, what was there? There was a 20-second point yesterday afternoon.
Yep.
That's pretty close, though. But, yeah, when you drop play 1, in your dreams, that's the way it works out.
Yeah.
Tyler Michaud must be and Dusty must be very happy.
It's good scouting. Everyone's got tape out now, right? You got to see your opponent on this field watching this very webcast, Maddie. Invaluable tool for scouting. Good job by Tyler Michaud and the Uprising boys knowing where to put their guns, anticipating that NYX breakout, and connecting on those off-the-break shots. Quick turnaround for Leverage in the Hurricanes here. Same line for Leverage. And they're going to lose Ricky Moran off the break. Nice job. Hurricanes got that short shot dialed. They might have shot Caputo as well. No, he's clean. Might have taken a bounce, but 5-on-4 Hurricanes off the break here.
And filtering out right now for the Hurricanes. Snake side. Ripple's thinking about going. Brown still shown in the back center here. They're going to release and get Bell into the Thunder Valley. Aztec. Hurricanes putting some pressure downfield. There goes Bell. Bell's going to launch up the middle. Going to get into the wedge.
He does such a good job of keeping his eyes downfield on those moves. He picks up a lot of information, gets into that wedge. Alfred De Los Santos does take another bite forward into the Dorito 3 for Leverage. But he's going to have to work through Drew Bell if he wants to take another bite. Now Nick Ripple getting to the Snake. Hurricanes developing very well, Matty.
Yeah, they are developing well. The Hurricanes just continuing to look solid. Yeah, they dropped that first one because Caputo just made an amazing move. But I just like what we've been seeing here from the Hurricanes at the World Cup. They had a great event in Texas, the 4th event, so we were expecting something big from them here at Cup. Little squeegee swab toss.
Yeah, really nice toss, too. Went smoothly. Brown must have forgotten his swab or used it already.
Yeah,
but
strike 1, Mike.
His boy helps him out with the good swab toss, Stu Rigel. Utility man. Chris Caputo, though, has snuck into the Snake. I don't know that the Hurricanes saw him.
Yeah, and he hasn't touched the bunker. He's not telegraphing his move. So Caputo in a good spot. He's getting a little bit of help with the body behind him at the insert bunker in the Snake, or a little outside of the Snake. Longer points out here. As we're in point 2, 7:45 to go. When you don't play a lot of points, every point becomes more important because you're just not going to see a lot of them.
Oh, wow. Nick Ripple getting killed out of the Snake, I believe, by Caputo. So that's going to even the body count 4-on-4 now. Chris Caputo's doing a great job communicating from a forward spot. Crossfield is Zach Moran and Alfred De Los Santos, backed up by Dominic DeVivo. Stu Ridgel now filling the snake for the Hurricanes. He's backed up by Brown. Drew Bell over in the Doritos side wedge with Seawright, I believe, wide on the Doritos side. It's a pretty evenly matched situation here, Maddie, between these two teams in a 1-0 game for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, Ridgel taking over for Riffle.
For leverage with the 1-0 lead, actually.
And Brown right behind him. Yeah, again, this lead, if you're just joining us here early in the morning. In Kissimmee, Chris Caputo puts the team on his back in that last point. That's been the difference maker. But the Hurricanes got a decent stack of bodies here. It's evened up, mirrored up on the positions. Caputo and Ridgel for their squads looking inside right now.
And we're already in the deep water this match. We're coming in on 6 minutes left. In leverage, they beat Dynasty at the Lone Star Open in part because they played with a lead. They've struggled this year. Wins have been hard to come by, but when they've played up, they've looked like a different team. Right now, Zach Moran, DeVivo, Caputo, and De Los Santos trying to squeeze the Hurricanes into a foolish maneuver. Ridgel going to retreat to the Snake 2.
Yeah, Ridgel, tactical retreat back, trying to set a trap. Gets back in the Snake 2 position. Bell still at that wedge, just trying to look towards the D side. Eventually, the Hurricanes are going to have to commit. Leverage is postured up nicely with a good crossfield spread. D2 not feeling any pressure. He's looking inside. Caputo is also looking inside. Caputo pops the chop, try to get a shot on Brown. Looks like Brown's going to make it clean out behind Ridgel.
So Seawright, to make a move forward on the Dorito side for the Hurricanes, is going to have to go through DeVivo's gun, who's in the insert, the Pittsburgh Paintball Park insert bunker on the Snake side. Stu Ridgel looks like he's hunting.
He's thinking about it, Mike.
He has Zach Moran shooting crossfield from that Dorito 2. There's some bounce shots that come into that Snake 3 that make it a little tricky to set up for a run here.
Look at his eyes. Not only his head on a swivel, but his eyes going back and forth, and he's going to cut to the inside. He's going to get to that wedge. He's going to try to make sure he can see where exactly all of these lanes are locked up at, because he's going to have to get through them to produce some offense for his squad as we're down to 5 minutes.
Zach Moran called sniper. I think he was alert to his center presence. That might have been, hey, there's someone in the center. They've definitely picked up Ridgel now.
Well, the longer this goes, the more important this one is for the Hurricanes, because if they end up losing this game and they burn another 2-3 minutes, they're going to be down by 2, not a lot of time on the clock, so already kind of a must-win point here for the Hurricanes.
Oh, nice shot by Dominic DeVivo, crossfield on Seawright. I believe that was him.
Brown gets into the Snake. Oh, Ridgel's going to get taken out too. They need to concede this point.
4-on-2 leverage, hanging tough with the zone control. Drew Bell, former coach Mike Bianca used to say, I don't concede when Drew Bell's still alive, so maybe that's why the Hurricanes are rolling with it here, but it's a 2-on-4. Bad odds, but Drew Bell sometimes known to pull off magic.
Yeah, Bell has been pretty gritty and very clutch for them. So they're going to let it ride for a little bit here. Maybe give him another, minute to work with. I just don't want to get too much past 3 minutes if we're going to go down 2. You're sitting in a 2-on-4, and leverage does not look like they're going anywhere.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a big vote of confidence for a little while. Once the playing postures became stagnant there, I think that's the right call by coaches Spencer and Hotard to concede the point. Leverage 2-0 on the Hurricanes. Maddie, off camera, we were saying the Hurricanes look like the best team in the morning set yesterday, but so far, all leverage, hanging tough in the big moments against the Hurricanes.
Well, it is a what have you done for me lately sport, and, well, lately, leverage looking pretty good through 2. That first one was more Caputo. This last one was full team effort. You had everyone crossed up. They got into good positions and then won a couple gunfights. You see that first one on Nick Ripple, and then Stu Ridgel trying to make something happen. He gets his eye dotted. And they also had shot Seawright on the D side. So 3 kills difference here in leverage with a 2-point lead. It would be huge for them to, they're gonna have a chance to make Sunday if they win this one.
Now, NYX again losing a body off the break, so 5-on-4 Uprising. These off-the-break shots highly dialed for the boys from Seattle. Nate Schrader quickly into that snake wedge. Josh Taylor dying out of the backfield for NYX, so rough look so far this morning for NYX. Uprising taking whatever they want out here off the break and otherwise.
Another body coming off here for New York Extreme, and yeah, it's been nothing but Uprising lacing in those off-the-break shots and looking outstanding, at least through the first couple. Still got a little bit of work to do here, and no concession yet for New York Extreme. It is a sea of New York Extreme bodies walking off right now, and Schrader has really good ground here. He's going to actually dip back into the wedge. Holland up the middle at the Badlands Tower. Nate's going to go to the brick. They have outside containment with Graham Arnold out wide here in the back bunker on the snake side.
It's Nico Acevedo, I believe, in that Dorito 2 for NYX. Might be off on the count a little bit here. Uprising.
Well, Nate's being very proactive in that middle. He's getting lots of different looks on the angles here. Holland's totally focusing.
They think there's someone in the snake.
I was going to say, I had to double check and to see if there's somebody in there, because, I think they're a little bit off on the comms.
Yeah, I think it's 5-on-1, actually, right here. And I can't tell if that's Hennessy or Acevedo in the Dorito 2, but I think that's the only living player for NYX. They got a lot of eyes snake way, and there's no one over here. Yeah, that's Acevedo. Alec Holland is keyed up like someone's going to appear in his snake at any moment, and just not the case.
Yeah, they're definitely off on the count. And honestly, look, they have a lot of time left in this one. They're just being very safe. They shot those bodies early, weren't able to count all those bodies coming off, got the count a little off, and just being very careful out here.
Yeah, and if you're NYX, I just think you definitely can see the point here. Nothing really to be gained. You're going to go down 2.
Now, they might be concerned a little bit about the spread.
Oh, smart, yes.
So, because they won their first game against Energy Elite by 2, I believe. And then lost to Heat by 2. So they're kind of sitting right there, 1-1 even on the spread.
I'm just going to kick out of Alec Holland, really keyed up on this snake side. Oh, man, dumping pain at the Ghosts right now. It's Uprising against Ghosts. Keeping a lot of paint downfield. There are no bad guys out there. Playing real tight.
Yeah, super tight.
This is a little embarrassing, I gotta say, Maddie. If you're Uprising, shooting this much paint at nobody.
Well, is there one body left?
No, there's no.
I'm trying to look. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's 4-on-0. There's no one alive.
Yeah. So, and this might be something that Uprising's doing on purpose potentially. Like,
what do you mean?
Maybe they know the count.
What's the benefit here?
I'm just throwing it
Run
out
up
there.
the paint bill.
Yeah, you got to make forward progress, right? Didn't we put a new rule in the books?
They should put a rule in the books, I think, when you have a lead and the other team has no one alive, I think after a minute of game clock.
Yeah, so either a great acting job or a little bit of miscommunication out here for Uprising.
Yeah.
Regardless, the story is the same. 2-0 is the score.
I'll tell you what, if I were playing Uprising later today, I would be giving them an earful on the field about that situation.
Hold on, let's listen in.
You guys stop shooting your guns or it would have went a little longer.
I heard Wiz Khalifa.
I think Nate said that. Hey, back in the game, guys. Listen up. I want Graham, Nate, Holly, Austin, Ilya. Graham, Nate, Holly, Austin, Ilya.
Let's go, Uprising. White Holly, what do you need, Ilya? You good? Let's go, Uprising.
They're having fun in there. Love to see it. Good vibe. Having a laugh. Moving on.
See if the Hurricanes, they need to get something going here. Down by 2 to Leverage as we're under 4 minutes to play. And on the break, a body dropping early for Leverage. They try to take some ground, get into that D2 position, and he walks off early. They are going to get right back into that spot, though, but running referee going to check out one of the players here for the Hurricanes as the Hurricanes pushing the issue up the middle. See right back in his spot in D2, Ripple in the snake, and it's a 5-on-4 situation here in favor of the Hurricanes.
Yeah, Stu Ridgel is in that 50 brick on the Dorito side as well. Caputo does get into the snake. Always a dangerous player. Hurricanes taking some spots real early, just coming under 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and they need 2.
Yeah, with this one body advantage, they are playing at a pretty solid pace right now. They've taken those forward positions. They have 3 bodies at or near the 50. ideal pace to try to put up 2 points in 3 minutes.
Yeah, Dominic DeVivo wheeling and dealing out of that back center. Stu Ridgell's on to Leverage's side of the field. They do lose Seawright, though, out of the Doritos. Do they lose Ridgell as well? They do.
But Mike, 2 bodies here have come off, or a body came off. Thought they were going to pull the back center as well, too. But so down to just 3 players here for Leverage. 4-on-3 situation. No, 3 on 3. Yeah, 3 on 3. Tense moments.
I believe it
now for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I believe it's Moran, DeVivo, and Caputo against Ripple, Brown, and I imagine Bell. Yes, Bell. But, man, Leverage is set up really good here for a time kill. Hurricanes going to have to find some offense. I mean, I would love to see Nick Ripple try to find a way, even just to trade with Caputo, get that man off the field. He's been so deadly for Leverage in this match. Only 2 minutes left. 2-point lead, Maddie. Leverage looking good. Certainly underdogs in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Hurricanes, top 4 performance at the last one. And Leverage has had a hard time winning games out here. They did beat Dynasty in their last game in the prelims in Texas, and I think that gave them some confidence. They showed up, they beat Papaletto. Had a pretty close game against Tontons, but dropped by 3. So this would be a huge win for them here. They're trying to lock it up, even on the body count. Ripple had, now another thing too with the Hurricanes are sitting on 2 wins, and they were 2 pretty big wins. So they have a pretty huge point differential here. So they also don't want to let this one get too carried away. Because if you take a 2-point loss or maybe win this one, 1-point loss will be 2-1 still drastically positive.
Yeah, I'd still like to see them try to make the move here to cut the deficit to 1 with about a minute remaining on the clock, if at all possible. Caputo going to retreat to the snake 1. Caputo does a great job of communicating from front spots. Drew Bell wheeling and dealing on the Dorito side now. He just has Moran in front of him. Only Caputo's got cross field containing Bell. 60 seconds left.
Well, they started off with the pace nice, and I think that once they lost those 2 bodies, it went to, hey, let's just win this one. Or maybe, well, I don't know. They are pushing the issue with Drew Bell. Drew Bell's going to eat on that D side, and yet again, Drew Bell, though he did get clipped, let's see, is it going to, no, it's going to be a major penalty assessed on Drew Bell. And that is going to pull out Ripple, and they're going to be starting down a body.
Swing point. Major under 60 seconds left. That's going to be point to Leverage 3-0. No, that's not going to count. Yeah, they're waving it off. Major under 60 seconds. That was a confirmed red flag. They were looking for bodies. Swing point. Leverage 3-0. That is huge. They're going to go into a game, Maddie, tomorrow where if they win, they're in, right? 3-1 gets you in? Probably.
Should. It should.
Should. You never know. Because the Hurricanes might end up 3-1. Tauntauns might go 4-0.
Yeah, I hate to say yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely for sure. And then it doesn't happen. But yes, historically that should be totally fine. But we will see.
20 seconds. Maybe a little bit of a trap game for the Hurricanes. Thinking Leverage, bottom of the barrel.
Old trap game.
Yep.
Those are frustrating.
10 seconds.
Now, if you're NYX, gotta find a way to live a breakout here. Would love to play Uprising 5-on-5. Those shots have been so dialed for the boys from Seattle. They're going to send Sean Saucedo off the break and kill Nate Schrader. That's what you need if you're NYX. 5-on-4 off the break, down 2 points.
Yeah, they got a lot of time to work with here. Still 10:30 left in this one. But Extreme with the 1-body advantage. See if they can do something with it. Get checked out by the ref. Looks like it was some rub or maybe not enough. Good to go. 5-on-4 still.
I believe that's Ray Bucco playing the 1 on the snake side for NYX. Seattle Uprising gets Graham Arnold out to the corner with Alec Holland after losing Nate Schrader off the break. Sean Saucedo's in the middle of the field for NYX. So dangerous. Bad death by Harris Hussein, though, out of the back center. So now 4-on-4. Uprising knows the count. Kill 1, they're calling. Would love to see Ray Bucco get into the snake before too long for NYX. Sean Saucedo making it difficult for Ilya in the Dorito 2 for Uprising to make any moves forward. Saucedo, very crafty center player. New pickup for NYX.
NYX, that's a huge pickup. Saucedo's a veteran. He's very versatile. And Harris has done a good job of getting some talent this year. They got some young, hungry guys. Bucco's been pretty good. I like Kaya. He's good, too. They got some veterans. We always say you need threats and vets.
Threats and vets, that's for sure. Played a lot of close games this year.
They just haven't had the results that they wanted, but with the win yesterday against Energy Elite, that was absolutely massive to preserve their spot here in the professional division for 2026. Energy Elite has some work to do in the next 2 games.
It's do or die all the way out from here for Energy Elite, but right now it's NYX in a 4-on-4 against Seattle Uprising. The upstart Uprising boys coming off a 3rd place at the Lone Star Major. NYX is in the snake now.
Yeah, Bucco getting chased by the ref. Ref just crawling alongside him, giving him a very thorough check.
Yeah, Ray Bucatini catching the bird dog there from the ref, but it happens. Alec Holland now matching the move. He gets into the snake. That can make things a little sketchy for Saucedo. Bucco coming off the wire for NYX. Alec Holland going to take it on. Bucco taking another bite forward into the snake 3 now.
Yeah, getting tense here in the snake with Bucco. Chasing a couple points. Still a lot of time to work with for him, so he can be a little patient here in this good position. But Holland is just totally laser beaming paintballs downfield right now. Holland going to win the gunfight. In the back corner, oh, Holland is just eating people alive right now. 2 kills in a row here for Alec Holland, showing why he's on the starting 5 here for Uprising.
Yeah, she's probably going to shoot Sean Saucedo here too. Oh, kills one across the Dorito side.
This could be a little 4-pack here for Alec Holland. Remember the name. Looks at his boys and goes, kill 5. He knew the count. Just gunfight win after gunfight win after gunfight win. Beautiful job by Alec Holland.
Man, they call him Holly. He's played big for him this year, Matty.
He does not like that nickname.
Oh, he doesn't? Okay. Alec Holland coming through, filling the snake after Schrader got shot off the break. Big man. It's hard to crawl when you're at that height, as you know, Matty. But getting down, getting dirty, getting the job done.
Yeah, Holland has just been, it started midway through last season. He kept having these gritty, low-body situation wins and showing a little offense right there. I mean, he literally just won the gunfight down the sideline, immediately wins the next gunfight. Knew exactly where everyone was. Perfect job.
Okay, I'm blinded.
Now Leverage up 3 points, only 42 seconds left to go. I said it before, Matty. This team plays pretty well with a lead. Not great at coming from behind, but taking an early lead against the Hurricanes, having a little clock issue. Alfred De Los Santos does not like it for Leverage.
When the momentum's on your side, you want to just keep playing.
Yep. Yeah.
Stay in that flow state. Yeah, Hurricanes looked so good yesterday and just grinding gears today. On paper, the Hurricanes, based on what we've seen them do in their career, should be beating the brakes off of Leverage. Yep. That is not how it works in pro paintball.
Anybody can beat anybody out here, that is for sure. Every tournament, always a few surprises.
I just love to see the young scrappy teams come up and start to find their way in the pro division.
Definitely. It was looking real rough in the early going for Leverage. Not only were they losing, they were getting blown off the field by teams. A big part of that, I think, was Caputo couldn't come to Friday prelim games because he was in the Fire Academy.
Well, Leverage at the first event, 0-4, -13. 0-4 at the second event, -19, so it was getting worse. Then they go 1-3, -7, and 1-3, -7.
Yeah.
These are point spreads.
Yep.
So trending the right way.
Yeah. Baby step.
But in 19th place. But now showing up here, beating the Hurricanes. Hurricanes just took 4th place at the last event.
Yeah.
Really good look for Leverage.
Also out of the Northeast, those early events can be tough to get good outdoor practices. I went to their first layout practice of the year. I was like, were you guys grinding all off season? It's like, we were kind of busy with real life stuff, but we've been ramping it up the past 2 weeks. It's like, all right.
Meanwhile, the Legion's been in Florida for a month straight, playing 8 hours a day.
Paintball fits, playing 4 days a week minimum down in Texas.
A light week for them is just Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so I think they're just trying to get the time right. Probably actually looking over that penalty to make sure that Drew Bell actually deserved a major. Trojan's been doing a good job on that. Thank God we have that now here in pro paintball.
Yeah, the reviews are huge. Again, a major penalty is player with a hit eliminating another player. You know what the potential is, too, here for Drew Bell is catching 2 majors, right? So if you get shot, you shoot one guy, that's 1 major. You shoot another guy, that is another major penalty, in which case it's a swing point and they would start with only 3 players because they'd have to pull the bodies. It doesn't happen all the time, but it is something that occurs once in a while. I see, it looks like 3 Hurricane bodies out there right now is all, so seems like that might have been the call on the field and Trozen's just confirming it. It's a difficult thing to confirm too, right? Because it's like, all right, when does he get shot? Are we sure he shoots this man? Are we sure he shoots this one as well? But if you're leverage, normally up 3 with under a minute to go, you're like, let's just get out of here with the win. But if you're playing 5-on-3 off the break, you got a chance to pad that margin, why not? I'd send it.
I'd send it too.
Kill 2 off the break, 5-on-4. Let's send Caputo off the snake. Let's send Alfred De Los Santos to Dorito 3.
Just make sure we have a safety valve.
Yeah. Well, you can do 2 runners like that, right? Because if they both get killed, all right, well, then we got the back 3 bunkers. Then we kill 30 seconds against their 3 guys. Yeah. It's not like the tide should turn too dramatically. So, interesting opportunity here if you're leverage.
Oh, they would love to stack up this 4th point.
Yeah.
Go 2-1, pad the margin a little bit.
Yep.
Ideal. Yeah, so next set coming up will be the Tontons. 1 game played yesterday and undefeated so far, taking down leverage. They have 2 today. First one's against Diesel, next one against Papaletto. Also in that set, Houston Heat, who had a victory against New York Extreme, and they're going to be playing Infamous.
Looks like we're figuring out a clock issue right now, Maddie. Scoreboard changing. Refs raking paintballs. Love seeing the grounds crew out here. Talk some strategy. Where do you guys want to get lunch after this?
I don't know. For some reason, I don't know why, but I'm just thinking I want to eat more chicken right now.
I love that cow. Best view in the house.
They were stacked up with sandwiches this morning, too, so I'm bringing them in by the crateful.
Doing all right, catching some on the Chick-fil-A logo, but not any in the face so far for the cow. Looking pretty clean in the mouth out there.
Is there like some crafty bounce shot maybe off the
I was wondering that. You could definitely work that into some kind of celebration there. Not sure exactly.
Yeah, just got to be careful because if you go a little too high on that head, you're just going to send them right into the vendors area.
Yeah, into the vendors area.
Or into the
Gaylord
street.
Palms, yeah. Looks like I see 4 bodies out there for the New Orleans Hurricanes.
Well, we're looking at leverage. He's probably trying to keep themselves locked in right now. Yeah, not a lot of time left. They're going to get the victory here. But like you said, if they are on a power play here, oh, it'd be so good for them to go and steal another one.
Yeah, take the opportunities where they're available. Finish this one off. It's been a steady dose of Zach Moran, Ricky Moran, Chris Caputo. Dominic DeVivo had some big moments for him here. And Alfred De Los Santos has the 1 on the Dorito side. Woj out there. He's wearing Chris Caputo jersey in the red beanie. It's a nice goggle setup there for Seawright on the Hurricanes. Those clear bottoms, a little. I think they're getting a little played out, though, the clear bottoms.
I just don't think you can play out clear bottoms. They're so historic.
Yeah.
And there's so many different styles now. I'll tell you what, Cup, with all the stuff that's been dropping, November is when all the really cool stuff comes out.
For sure. It's an exciting time. Cruising the vendor tents out here. Definitely got to get to a World Cup if you're watching at home. Shout out my boy Nima in Iran. He gets up at 4 in the morning to watch these games, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, he had a nice piece in Great American Paintball.
Yeah, issue 3 on sale at the Hormesis tent. Shout out Hormesis, and all around the vendor areas you'll see One Mission QR codes. That's a charity. My friend Rob Runowitz running the Boston Marathon next year. They're a charity for pediatric cancer wards. They provide a lot of services that are special, like meal delivery, therapeutic services, playtime to families with kids with cancer. Our friend Tonton in New England, his son Cam survived childhood cancer, and they just felt such gratitude for what One Mission was doing for him with their support. So you get a chance, you got a little disposable income, scan that QR code and give something to One Mission. Help my buddy Bert run the Boston Marathon next year and help give some love to some families that are in a trying time.
Yeah, so still just kind of sitting here in the pocket. Everybody awaiting the decision to see how many bodies the Hurricanes will be playing with here, and they've thrown 47 seconds up on the clock.
I think this is the most pleasant morning we've had so far out here,
Yeah,
Maddie.
it's not as cold as it was the past few mornings. It's kind of, as we say sometimes, perfect paintball weather. There's different types of perfect paintball weather, but low to mid 50s.
Yeah.
Kind of nice.
A little crisp, so it feels nice to put the gear on.
Yeah, you know your paintballs probably aren't going to be bouncing off your opponents.
Yep.
But it's not cold enough that you got to get crazy with paint management.
Yep. Not so hot that you feel like you're dying when you dive into your first spot and have to crawl forward in the snake.
Yeah. Oh, man, it was a scorcher for the summer. All those guys playing on turf, they shoot it with the laser.
Oh.
It's 160 degrees and your cleats are melting.
Oh. Yeah, Joe Barrett, Great American Paintball, issue 3, talking about some of those Hinman aftermath practices back in the day, running. The numbers were just crazy to me. I think it was like 60 points in a day till the sun's down and they literally can't see the paint. But really recommend Joe Barrett to Paintball Life as we are ready to get down. Back in action here. Leverage up 3-0, 40 seconds left. Getting set up here at the box.
Yeah,
looks like
clock is not run quite yet, but it looks like there's only going to be, 4 bodies? Is there 4 or 5 out there for Hurricanes?
Might be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so.
Yeah, full strength. 31 seconds. Still getting this clock worked out. A little premature excitement there for me. I was ready for the delay to go. We've been tap dancing up here long enough, Maddie.
Hey, don't worry. We got a lot of paintball to play today, Mike. So
I know.
you're antsy to get into it. I am too. So are the players. Yeah, looking forward to this next set with the Tontons taking on Diesel and Heat and Infamous. Still a decent amount of time left in that Uprising New York Extreme match. That they're also probably sitting here wanting to get things going.
Well, that's actually a really tough pace to play because these leverage Hurricane points have run long. The Uprising NYX points have been fast, and then you have a technical timeout. Really stop-start. You know, feeling the rhythm of the match can be important. Benefit there for NYX because Uprising was beating the brakes off them.
Looks like we are good to go here. So clock is, well, it was running. Started at 11 and then went down to 8 and stopped.
Maybe one of the refs ran to the porta potty and they have to make sure he's back out here.
Gotta have everyone in position.
Here the scorekeeper confirming game time, etc. Refs playing with their rakes out there.
Hey, it's paintball tournament. Everyone's having a good time.
Gotta have some fun out here.
Gotta have some levity to the situation.
Absolutely. All right, head ref says, here we go.
Here we go.
47 on the clock. 3-0 lead, leverage, 5-on-5 point.
Well, that's enough time that if you are leverage, 5-on-5, if they want to try to attack, put another one up, got to be careful.
Yeah, leverage just going to take this 3-0 victory. Not too concerned about margin. They do lose one. So do the Hurricanes, and they're going to catch a minor. Very poorly timed. You see that go up. I would love to see Leverage get on their horses here. They're just playing in their bunkers. If you see that minor penalty go up, it's a 2-on-4 advantage Leverage. Pretty good situation to make a run at it, but they're just going to take these last 13 seconds. Not concerned about scoring the point. Caputo's going to come down, but it's just too late now. But still, great job, Leverage.
Yeah, Leverage going to complete this victory, keep themselves in this tournament, and most importantly, probably with those 2 wins, be able to not get relegated. And if they win their next game, they go 3-1 moving into Sunday. That's what you want to see, these young rookie teams. You know, Sea Dogs made a Sunday this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Sea Dogs and Leverage, sort of similar teams to my mind in that they play very well with leads. Coming from behind, they struggle. Sea Dogs, a couple steps ahead of Leverage in terms of making Sunday, but Leverage sitting at 2-1. Chris Caputo, respect to that, man. He's a great paintball player. But now NYX trying to right the ship here against Uprising. And all Uprising off the break so far in this one.
So on the breakout here, as huge bite all the way into D3 here for New York Extreme. Chasing points, and they get into the snake, so they are pushing this one quickly here. They got the snake 3 position, also D4. They are going to be losing a body out of the backfield, though.
Yeah, that's a tough death out of the backfield there. Here comes Nate Schrader into the middle. He's been all over the field, Matty. He's played the 1 on the snake side. He's also been playing through the middle. Ray Bucco, though, is all the way onto Uprising side of the field, getting on the wrap on Alec Holland, unable to shoot him in the first engagement. Got to be careful against that man, Alec Holland. Very dangerous, but great pace by Bucco getting deep in the snake early for NYX.
Yeah, Holland just living with his gun right now. Just nonstop shooting. Loading and shooting at the same time, not giving up that gap. Bucco looking crossfield, though. He's going to try to get on a wrap. No one outside wide for him to worry about, and no one in the snake here for Uprising.
Yeah, catching pressure, ripping the bounce shot crossfield is Uprising. Now Schrader comes into that wedge. Ooh, tries to get one in. Oh, man, nice job by Schrader killing Bucco out of the snake, digging him out. Harris Hussein coming into that center 50 brick, but it's just 3-on-5 now. Advantage Uprising.
Yeah, Uprising just trying to hold the line. Harris Hussein at the break up in the middle, wrap around trying to catch somebody's loader. Can't find one yet. Transitions across to the other brick. Here more towards the snake side.
Oh, Schrader is hunting for him. Oh, nice job, Schrader. Shoots Hussein in the back, then bunkers Acevedo and gets another kill on the corner. Nate Schrader eating right now.
Yeah, looking real good, man. Uprising. Put another point on the board here. Time ticking off the clock. No concession from Extreme. Oh, Uprising continuing their forward progression here.
Yeah, they're off on the count again. It's kill 5, and they're just ripping at bunkers still. They still think the snake is hot. You know,
this is an act.
Is it an act? I mean, Nate Schrader is standing at NYX's start box. He's going to shoot at his teammate right now. What is going on? Nate Schrader's shooting back at his teammate.
He's going to play a little one-on-one, a little gunfight here against Alec Holland.
This is
there. Just had to make sure. Comes through. Coast is clear. Did a double check. Make sure there's no one in the snake. Triple, quadruple check.
You know,
no one's in the snake.
You know, that's sort of silly and fun and everything, but it's actually a problem that you do need to get worked out. You got to be able to see bodies come off the field and keep the count. I don't care where the dead box is. You got to be able to have the count cleanly and know when all 5 come off.
No, but didn't they put in a new rule that you have to continue forward progression and to avoid those, like, 7-minute clock burn situations?
I don't know. I'm not aware of that if it's happened, but
we'll double check with Jason, but either that or Uprising, I just don't think they're off on the count.
Hey, we're an Xball.
Maybe.
I mean, just ripping at empty bunkers, I just don't understand it.
Kalei and you. Hey, can I get pots? Where's my gun?
Here's the NYX pit down 3, trying to find a spark.
Who took his gun, guys?
Hey, anyone more?
Go, boys. We don't have a lot of time.
Up, please, up, please, up, please.
This side.
Hey, I need one more, I need one more.
Game is in what we call Xball. It means it just goes to 2 minutes in between points like we used to do it back in the day when we had no split
where's
back.
that gun, man?
Guys, get his arms. Get his arms. On the table. I got it. Got it. Need a pocket.
Yeah, you don't want to have to burn timeout unless you absolutely have to. And some of them coaching teams are like, Matty B, we might need the timeout. I'm like, we're up 3 and there's 8 minutes left. Please don't make me burn this timeout right now.
NYX with the Disney font on their jerseys. Sean Saucedo, Roberts. Trying to find their spark against Uprising. When do you like the timeout, Maddie? For breath, for strategy?
Only if I have to. Because if we call a timeout, they get a timeout too.
Right.
And we're burning ours. So I'd only like to burn the timeout if we absolutely need to do it. And that can depend. Typically it's if you need more time to get your starters out there fresh. Gun issue happens a lot. And off the break, another huge one here for Uprising, all the way to D4 off the break.
Yeah, Uprising is kind of getting whatever they want out here, but more importantly, they're killing one in the first 20 seconds every time. Sean Saucedo filtering into that wedge on the Doritos side. Still making moves forward, but it's been all Uprising on the pace and off the break and in the first 15 seconds. NYX really struggling so far this morning. They did beat Energy Elite, but Energy Elite can put together a couple wins in their later matches. Another one coming off, I believe that's Acevedo, so 5-on-3 advantage Uprising.
Well, for Uprising's hopes at this tournament, yeah, they look like they know the field well, and they're doing all the important stuff. But to me, the most important thing that I'm seeing right now is the level of confidence that they're playing with.
Yeah, they're crushing right now. Everyone seems really comfortable. Besides communication issues, they got a lot of weapons. Schrader's playing well. Holland's playing great. Good correction there on the communication between Holland and number 15 in the snake here for Uprising.
Here comes Harris, going to try to get outside wide and just steps out into a wall of paint. So another incredibly good-looking point for Uprising, as they have been untouchable here in this game against Extreme.
Yeah, now we're
scanning the field here to make sure no one's in that snake. Not really in a hurry. They don't seem to want to, just content to burn time. They like their, because they don't really need to worry about margin right now, because they're going to get their 3rd win. They went undefeated yesterday.
Yeah, now they're going into mercy rule mode. They're not going to hit the buzzer. They're going to let NYX concede it.
Yeah, well, the clock's not running.
But a point went up, so I imagine that
up.
the concession went. We just didn't hear the buzzer. So 5-0 Uprising.
Yeah, it's just literally all Uprising. I'm running out of superlatives to describe how awesome Uprising looks in this match.
Dominant, crispy, fierce.
But again, the confidence to me.
Yeah.
That's
poised.
Because it's they get a podium at the last one. And they've been doing this a long time. Always a team that threatens, but never able to really punch their ticket at the top level, at that elite level. But the skills they have, the roster they have, the leadership they have, the support they have, and now the confidence, that could be the missing piece, and I'm just starting to see that right now. So
Harris calling the line in the pit for NYX. Rough start to the morning here for the boys.
Yeah, they were trying to do their best to manage this margin, and it just did not work out.
Yeah.
Jackson and Nico, right?
Nico's out there already.
Leader in the squad here, Charlie Givens.
Come on, boys. Hey, be tight, hit your shot.
Charlie Givens, a longtime paintball patron.
Play to win a point.
Owner of the ML Kings.
Minute 15 to the point here. It's a mercy rule situation.
I got a cool Charlie Givens story because it's Uprising just completely handling Extreme. Charlie Givens was an engineer, and when the fall of the Soviet Union in the Eastern Bloc, he went to work in the Czech Republic, what used to be Czechoslovakia, and he was in a little village, and he goes to this little bar with some coworkers, a tiny little bar, and asks if they can break $100 American. And the guy looked at him and goes, "Do you know how much money that is over here? $100? And he's like, "Well, how much is it?" He's like, "This entire town could drink for a whole week off $100. So Charlie gives him $100 and goes, "Okay, well, let's make that actually happen."
That's amazing. I love that. Uprising sticking with pretty much the starting lineup, it looks like, out here in this 5-0 situation. Sometimes you see teams like to go to their bench.
Hold up, guys.
Head ref saying, hold on.
Got another potential timeout here, technical timeout.
Scoreboard issues, connectivity issues. Working out the kinks on this Friday morning.
Well, in this situation, I mean, nothing's really going to... The only thing that's going to change here is the margin.
Yeah.
But Extreme can't find a way to keep 5 bodies alive on the break. When they do, they're dropping a body early.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been a penalty-ridden match. So that's not really the issue for Extreme this time. They're just getting outplayed by Uprising. Uprising is exerting their will. They're going to any bunker they want. They're playing in high body situations well. Playing well in low body situations occasionally too.
I do like the choice by NYX, that last point of running deep, because it was kind of on the short shots where Uprising was dominating them. If I were scouting Uprising coming forward in this tournament, I would say, hey, we really got to dig to that Boston paintball can and that South Electronics door. Have those shots out. Ageless Wonder Shane Howe drawing the spin here for Uprising.
There we go.
How old's that man?
He's got to be at least 30, 36, 37 right now. I'm kidding. He's 50 something.
50-something, playing in the pro division still. God bless him, Shane Howe.
Let's get a check here. 52 years young.
Wow. I mean, that's a great illustration of paintball's inclusivity, the gun as the great equalizer. You know, you can be 52 years old or 12 years old out here. If you got a shot and you know how to move and communicate, you can find a role.
Yeah, big. You could be big and tall. You could be short of stature. Doesn't really matter out here.
Yeah, that Road to the Championship documentary on YouTube, which is great, kind of gets into the Yakimek family starting paintball together. Bart, former hockey player, owner of Impact. Just a sport he could play with his sons. Could both be on the field together. It's one of the coolest things. Played some paintball with my dad. He watched you in Serial Killers. He go, wow, the pros are really aggressive. Starts running to the 50s at Providence Paintball Indoor.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to start doing some yoga if I'm going to be able to play with my son.
All right, clock is running, 5-0. Uprising looking to put the pain/mercy on NYX. NYX looking for a miracle here, Matty. Maybe we'll see the beginning in the Magic Kingdom.
Maybe.
Of a 5-0 comeback by NYX.
Well, it needs to start right now. They need to keep 5 bodies alive and hopefully for them shoot somebody because that's been rough for them. And they're going to be dropping a body here early from the D side. Harris is going to give a good old solid try up the middle. He's being hyper aggressive up and over the top of his spot. He does get Kaya in the snake. Immediately into snake 3.
Yeah, they're going for it. I like the pace on NYX. Harris wheeling and dealing over the top, unable to put that shot on the Dorito 2 player, then taking another bite forward onto Uprising side of the field. Ref running in to check him, though. Harris, I feel like, got shot in the hopper there. No.
Well, they're definitely putting the pinch on these bodies here for Uprising. This is when you play defense. Sometimes this is how it goes down. They did slide a body, though, into that D2 position. I don't think New York Extreme knows he's there.
Harris did, but died with the information, I think. He's gone, so it's just 3 bodies left alive there in the snake. And the Dorito 2 for sure. Never mind, no more snake for NYX. Opportunities pretty much over. I think it's just the Dorito 2 players that Jackson blew for NYX, but got pretty much no shot here against 4 Uprising players. And he's going to take the walk.
Yeah, Holland going to finish off that last body and the last point here. So shutout victory for Uprising. Final score will be 6-0. So actually 2 shutouts here in this set.
Skunked, as they used to say back in the day, right, Maddie?
Yeah, we didn't use that occasionally.
Good job, Uprising.
Alec, just hit the buzzer, brother. What are you waiting for now? You guys beat him up. So that is going to do it here for this set. Next up is going to be the Tontons taking on AC Diesel and Houston Heat and Infamous in the prelims here at the NXL World Cup. I'm Matty Marshall with Mike Jeffrey here on Major League Paintball Plus. We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes.
There is a sport you've never seen. A game of speed, chaos, and precision, where milliseconds decide legends. Now, you get to see it for yourself.
Big moment in pro paintball history.
Let's go!
Major League Paintball Plus is your all-access pass to the sport's biggest stage. The exclusive home to live tournament paintball action, featuring semifinals and finals of all NXL major events, and much more.
It's just a fantastic time for paintball and all our fans. Just love it.
Go beyond the field with Major League Paintball Plus.
They're really trying to reach every player out there and not just the elite of the elite. They're trying to really show that carbon is the gear for paintball players.
We're an all-in package, so everything from head to toe that we're wearing, but we chose that. It did not get forced on us, but once you wear the product, it speaks for itself.
You can pick and choose what you want in your package. They allow you to be your team the way you want your team to be. And that's what I like about Carbon.
With Carbon, the freedom to wear things without being a factory team or a sponsored team or something like that is so alluring to us. Because over at Battle Creek and at Wolfpack, we like to choose what we believe in. And Carbon checks that box.
It's not just NXL, that's the beautiful thing. Carbon is involved in so many different off leagues. It's insane. I, at EXL, have racked up probably $3,000 or $4,000 with Carbon this year alone because we've got 4 wins.
With the Carbon Cash, you can buy whatever you want through the portal. They really care about you and repping their products, and they give it back to you at the end of the day.
What I really like about Carbon is you're not just a number. You're an actual person, you're an actual team. They are truly building relationships. These guys care, and they care about the divisional player.
The Missouri All-Stars would not be the team without Carbon and without the guys at Carbon. It's the most important piece of the puzzle.
Left to the right, to the left, to the right, let me jump that out.
Now, online or at the HK Army booth.
Hey, it's BRNT at CRBN, here at the DRV, an absolute hot rod force feed motor. What separates the DRV from the competition is our LCD display on the back. This has a built-in timer, ideal for classic paintball, but if you're playing any time paintball at all, the ability to know what's going on without a scoreboard is an advantage. Along with our adjustable torque settings, 1 through 5, allows you to shoot any paint in every condition. If you're shooting super brittle paint, turn it down. If you trust the paint, it's a little bit harder, you can turn it all the way up, shoot 25 balls a second, no problem. The DRV features a revolutionary automatic anti-jam, no button to push. The DRV also features an aluminum feed neck for an absolutely positive gun mount. DRVs feature a magnetic, tool-free disassembly. You can field strip the loader in seconds. Each DRV includes a speed feed, rain lid, and charging cable for the lithium-ion battery. They also ship in a zippered case. DRV is currently available in 8 different colorways. Learn more about the DRV at crbnpaintball.com.
What's up, guys? R2 with X Factor. Got a Project Powerhouse rig right here. Honestly, never goes down, and even if it was to, I've got great techs that can take care of it any second.
60 seconds.
Inside you somewhere lies a Hydra. An immortal, multi-headed monster born for the battle. But the Hydra mentality buried inside you must be cultivated through chaos. Rather than just surviving or remaining unchanged, the Hydra mentality allows an entity to improve, to thrive, to multiply its strength when exposed to stress and uncertainty, to strengthen with every challenge the world throws your way. Every time the Hydra gets its head cut off, experiences a loss or a failure, it becomes stronger by growing two heads in its place. The Hydra must seek war and discomfort in order to become the best version of itself. Be like a Hydra. Seek out difficult challenges, power through every hardship, and understand this stress test is a blessing which makes you stronger. This is the Hydra way.
Hey guys, Travis Lemansky here. I wanted to introduce to you our brand new joggers for 2026. We have two new joggers. These are the Hyperlight joggers, so the lightest ones we've ever made, but also the most durable. Cordura knees, all double stitched. One cool feature here, you know how you've ever had a microfiber, you pull it out at the last second, but then whatever else is in your pocket, your ID or whatever goes flipping. So we have two pockets. So one to put your ID in, and this is YKK weather resistant zippers, best in the game. And a pocket that's just ready to rip. So you can pull your pocket size microfiber in and out as you want. Keep your valuables secured in here. These are super stretchy. That way they don't rip and tear on you. They also are like a quick dry. So as you get hot and sweaty or wet or whatever, these things dry out in minutes. Two swap pockets, of course. And my favorite part is the little scrunch cuffs. I like the super tiny cuffs that just go on and off super easy. And of course, our plastic tipped drawstring. So for your comfort. So that's the first pant. This is the Hyperlight. Oh, almost the most important thing. If you are a team and you're interested next year, you want to get your logo on here, these are fully customizable. Just put your team in here. Super easy. Talk to sponsorship at infamouspaintball.com to get that done. And our second one, for everyone that plays on turf and practices on turf and all that good stuff, Kevlar knees. So triple stitched with the same Hyperlight material. So again, the lightest weight Kevlar joggers we've ever made, lightest in the sport, but with the most durable knees. Same YKK weatherproof zippers and our plastic tipped drawstrings. So check it out. Available today on infamouspaintball.com. And if you're going to World Cup, see you there.
Welcome back here. 2025 NXL World Cup. We're in the prelims here on Friday in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Mike Jeffrey. And it's going to be the Tonton second taking on AC Diesel. Also in the set, Houston Heat and Infamous. So about to jump into this one here, Mike. Tontons and Diesel, hoping we see a good match here. Diesel definitely needs a win because they dropped one yesterday to the Hurricanes pretty big.
Yeah, sitting at 0-1. It's been a tough year for Diesel. The Tauntauns looked good yesterday. Should be a good matchup here. Definitely would like to see the blue beanie Frenchman Hugo Verhage and Axel Gaudin keeping that snakeside attack elevated for Tauntauns. Wow, they look like perfect mirrors. They're doubling up that can. Yeah, then Hugo launches forward.
Perfectly synchronized here for the Tauntauns to get Hugo into the snake. But BJ Henningsberg already there here for AC Diesel. But Diesel doubling up that tough Boston paintball can. The runner referee is going to go and check out the South Electronics door, and it looks like it's going to be a minor penalty to start out on Baginski.
Oh,
Mark Johnson almost takes the ref out.
Yeah, Mark Johnson had to fill backward. BJ Henningsberg, it's fallen apart here for Diesel quickly after that minor penalty. Another minor penalty assessed with no one to pull, so they're going to start down one. Disastrous start for AC Diesel. That's going to be the point to the French team, the Tauntauns. Marquis France, Konstantin Fedorov had some big moments, that 5-pack yesterday.
Yeah, Fedorov is one of the best ever, and so big for the Tauntauns to pick him up to boost the line with those French superstars that have been so good over the years. Colombo, love the pickup of Spitzma a few years ago, and then Hugo, and then Axel Gaudin. So what a great starting five they have, and also mixing in Marquis France Jr. in there as well, too. But yeah, they got a bit of a gift, though, in that first point here, as Diesel just having a rough start. Some penalties.
Yeah, 2 minors, not great. Can't really win catching 2 minors in the same point, but if you're Diesel, got to let that go and reset. Now we're going to see Houston Heat. Man, they're traveling well at this one. It's fun being on the spectator side, Maddie, in our tower here, hearing the Heat faithful go crazy. Playing Los Angeles Infamous Heat, sitting at 1-0. Infamous sitting at 0-1.
Yeah, it's interesting with the 3-day prelims at Cup. Some days you play 2, other days you play 1. It's a little off the typical rhythm of 2 games a day.
Yeah, it's tricky. You got to lock in, show up, do your work, go home. Makes it a lot easier to watch tape on your opponents. If you're Houston Heat preparing for 1 game today or 2 games today, regardless, got to definitely analyze Infamous before you see him today in your second prelim matchup.
Yeah, I guess it's longer that you have to keep your momentum up mentally, but
it
also it gives you more time to just focus on that one opponent. So jumping into point number 1 here, Houston Heat on the red side, and Infamous in those gold jerseys on the blue side. Aggressive breakout here for Infamous. They're going to go all the way to the D-side wedge pretty quick, and they're going to be shooting Mishka Kesnev here off the break. So good start for Infamous. Again, they need it. Dropped their game yesterday.
Yeah, so 5-on-4 for Infamous early here. They have Sam Silberg into that Dorito side wedge. Zach Patient looking like he wants to get in the snake. Now Trevor Reeser filtering out to that door, and they kill Sam Monville out of the backfield. So now 5-on-3 advantage Infamous.
Infamous has to capitalize on this high body situation they've created for themselves. They're on to Houston Heat side of the field, on the Dorito side. Still got some work to do on the snake side, though, as Ronnie Dizon, that snake, too. He's going to get the crossfield kill, so Ronnie Dizon clocking in here to get the crossfield kill.
Yeah, on Silberg. Silberg had gone from that wedge across and forward onto Heat side of the field. That nice job by Ronnie to pick him up. However, he's got Zach Patient and Callie Rudolph in front of him here. Oh, I think he just shot Callie. Okay. Maybe not. Very close. Yeah, here comes the ref now. I'm pretty sure he got shot on the side of the goggles. I can actually see it from here a little bit. Maybe just the color of the frames, but might not have left anything. Tough break if you're Ronnie Dizon.
Yeah, sometimes you'll shoot a guy and the ball will break off of him, and if the ref sees it, he's out. But if the ref doesn't see it and it doesn't leave any paint and the guy goes to check you, sometimes that player gets called clean. So, but Dizon definitely has his shot dialed in right now.
Certainly with that cross-field kill, 4-on-3, still advantage Infamous. Now it's big for Soap, number 24, for Heat on the Dorito side to stay alive. He's on the island drill over there. Likewise for Ronnie Dizon, got 2 players in front of him. He's going to try to run down Zach Patient. He does. Wow, and he shot Callie Rudolph.
No, I don't think he did. Callie's screaming for a penalty. He's not going to get it. And here comes Jackson Frey here, launches to try to keep up on the pace of the attack. Here's try to make something happen off that move from Dizon. So Jackson's going to get here up into Snake 3, but Callie Rudolph is still alive and looking for him. Callie also has to worry about the crossbow shot from Soap.
Yes. Ooh, Callie going to take the walk now. It's a 2-on-2. Make it a 2-on-1. Oh, 1-on-1 now, Maddie.
Yeah, it goes to a 1-on-1, but this was a high body situation for Infamous. And now it's a 1-on-1 with Soap and I believe Trevor Reeser in point number 1. Who's going to take the momentum for their squad? It's going to be Soap or Reeser.
Well, if you're Infamous, you're letting this slip away with, you know, they've struggled with the close, and now Reeser loses the 1-on-1. Good job by Soap and Jackson Frey. The Houston Heat kids, the fresh blood on this legendary franchise, hanging tough right there in the low body situation with Ronnie Dizon. Those guys play together a lot at Blast Camp out in Indiana, getting it done here on the main stage.
Yeah, they definitely get it done. Shout out to the veteran Dizon, though. Really got that low body situation kicked off nicely, getting that kill, had the big move. So he gets that crossfield kill. That was it's like those 2-for-1 trades. That's how you get things back.
Good shit, so here you go, baby.
Nicely done. Ryan Smith, Pat McKenna, coaching staff in there, piecing together the situation. Ryan Moorhead there on your screen. It's been around forever. Now Tonton's against Diesel. Diesel got to clean it up here. 2 minor penalties in that first point. Tonton's such a great team. 2 second places earlier this year. Trying to finish the year with a World Cup victory. BJ Hennenberg running Snake off the break. However, the Tauntauns kill 1. Jesse Stevens on the short route. So nice job shooting those short shots for the Tauntauns. Now Hugo Verhage getting into the Snake via the corner.
Yeah, he's mirrored up, though, by BJ Hennenberg, who gets in the Snake for Diesel. But a body advantage for the Tauntauns as they get Fedorov into D2. Here comes Axel's going to get out behind Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo picked up Henningberg down the wire and let his backfield know. Marky Franz now filtering over to the Snake side. So 3-man attack on the Snake edge for the Tauntauns in a 5-on-4 situation.
Yeah, pretty even on the real estate here. Both teams have presence in the Snake and on the D side. They're mirrored up. But the body advantage here for the Tauntauns also sitting on a point advantage. Let's see if they want to try to push, put more points on the board, or expect Diesel to eventually have to attack them. Clint Johnson's going to get out wide.
Yeah, he had asked BJ, what do you have? That back center, not a lot of visibility, but Clint Johnson connects with BJ, then filters out to that Snake corner. Trying to keep Hugo Verhage, Axel Gaudin, and Marky Franz from taking over this side of the field. Down a body, down a point for AC Diesel.
Yeah, good comms here as the Tauntaun boys talking it up right next to each other. It's always nice to be right next to each other in the bunkers. Marky Franz right next to Axel. Looks like Colombo's going to go over to try to help out.
I only see 3 Diesel bodies on the field right now. Might have missed one coming off. Oh, well, that one's done for sure, but a body coming off for the Tauntauns as well. But
yeah, Tauntaun's losing Colombo as Hugo crawls up in the Snake.
Killed another off the Dorito side. It's just Clint Johnson in the corner now. It's all Tauntaun so far in this one.
And then he's going to get taken out as well, too. So result the same, done a little differently here. Didn't see a penalty assessed on Diesel, but survivability an issue to start things out for AC Diesel as Tauntaun's going to go up 2. Now we'll see if Infamous, who squandered a high body situation in that last one, can tighten it up here against Houston Heat.
Yeah, got to find a way to close out those situations. We talk about high body conversion rate. When you go up a body, you need to convert about 80% of the time, 4 out of 5, if you want to go deep and win a tournament. It's not good enough to close out 50-50 of those and then expect to win low body situations. You have the opportunities, got to convert them. It's going to be Ryan Hall, Nathan Abul Hassan, Tim Brusselbeck, Rob Velez, and Jonah Jamrose out here. Same line for Houston Heat, Monville, Frey, Soap, Dizon, Mishka. Dizon got shot, I think, or maybe Mishka. Yes, Mishka's dead. So
Dizon looked clean, but Mishka is going to die. That's, it's good to double up those spots, but you just can't spend forever there. But also, it just depends on if your opponents are shooting the inside lanes, it gets a little dicey in there. Both those bodies coming off from those inside lanes here. So Infamous now again in another high body situation. They got Russell back in the snake. He's not feeling any pressure, so he's going to continue that low crawl, keep that pack down from the crossfield shots.
Yeah, Monville was unable to see him coming forward because Brusselbeck did a really nice job crawling low. Now hunting on the inside, he kills the door. Soap. So it's, oh, wow, giving Soap a lot of extra and then catching one. Sort of unnecessary there by Brusselbeck. But now Jonah Jamrose taking it over.
Yeah, that's a tough death. I don't think it's going to matter, though, as they've done a lot of work already. But Brusselbeck got that first kill, and then looked like he almost walked Soap off the field.
Yeah.
I don't know if he thought Soap was running for the corner, or they got some bad blood. Not sure. Dizon scrambling, trying to make something happen, and he's going to get pinched out. So good job by Jonah Jamrose to stay close to Brusselbeck, and then Rob Velez.
Yeah, nicely done. That's what a good high body situation looks like. Get the kill early from the insert spot, get another kill out of the back center, and then just tighten the vice grip on Houston Heat to tie it up. Good job, Infamous. Now Tonton's 2-0 against Diesel. Diesel trying to find some answers here. Minor penalties in that first one. Losing a body off the break on the short shot. It's tough when you're losing that body going short. Might actually see him try to leg out to some different spots. But if you're the Tontons, oh, Diesel going to need a timeout.
Ooh, early on in the match, too.
It's too late.
Yeah, under 10.
Oh, boy.
No. Oh, they put 11 on the clock?
Hold up, guys, hold up.
Oh, looks like they're going to get some sort of timeout.
Yeah, that was a merciful timeout call, I think, for Diesel. Jesse Stevens having a gun issue at the very last second there says, call timeout, call timeout. Mark Johnson, owner.
Well, you asked early, hey, when do we call timeouts or when you prefer? Never, ideally, but if you need them. But gun issues is a big one. Sometimes you get on, you go out to chrono and gun's a little hot, or all of a sudden loader's not working and you just don't have a lot of time to mess around with it.
I like a timeout if you blow a 2-point lead to kind of reset, kind of get back on the same page. I like a timeout depending on my cardio level and depth versus their depth. Like if you're running same five, try to keep them fresh. But it is a delicate balance. Bill Parcells, the great football coach, used to say about timeouts, you don't get to take them home with you, so you might as well use them. But now, AC Diesel trying to crawl back into this one against the French Tonton team. Mark Johnson pulled up a little early. I think he's going to get pulled. He does.
Yeah, BJ Hindenburg all the way to the snake, though, off the break. Hugo's going to go in on a delay, but they're both in there clean. But a body advantage here for the Tauntauns. They're going to shoot Baginski on a fill into the Aztec D side. So just 3 bodies again here for Diesel and 5 for the Tauntauns.
Yeah, self-inflicted damage here, pulling up early, then dying out of back spots. 5-on-3 Tauntauns. Diesel just unable to find their footing in the first 30 seconds of these points against Tauntauns FSU. Marky Franz in the back center. Hugo Verhage in the snake. Oh, Colombo dying off the Dorito side, though. So Diesel hanging tough.
They need one more of those.
Jesse Stevens on the cross from the Boston Paintball can.
There's just no one on that D side here at all. Jesse's got his gun that way, and BJ's looking that way, but there's no bodies that way for AC Diesel.
Yeah, Clint Johnson unable to get outside wide right now. He's taking a ton of heat in the back center, but I would expect him to try to get out that way. BJ Hennenberg comes into the snake 3 to try to get a crossfield kill, unable to retreat. And meanwhile, Diesel loses Jesse Stevens, loses Clint Johnson, loses BJ Hennenberg. Tonton's going to take a 3-0 lead. I don't think Diesel had their Wheaties this morning, Maddie.
Maybe coffee. Not enough coffee. Energy drinks.
Yeah.
Not sure how they're getting up. Maybe pick the wrong song on the playlist.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
Yeah, the Tontons, again, had a really good one against Leverage yesterday, and Leverage has put up some wins. They just beat the Hurricanes. Shut them out, actually. Yeah. So Tontons, their last game today, they'll have one more tomorrow, but will be against Papaletto. And Papaletto's only put 1 point on the board in 2 games so far, so that should be pretty easy work for the Tontons. So this is a solid one. If they can put this win up here, especially if it's a big one against AC Diesel, should have no problems getting out of that bracket, maybe as the first seed.
Houston Heat now in a tie game against Infamous. Infamous spinning their line. Heat getting Ryan Moorhead off the bench.
The referee going to come in, pull out.
That was Ryan Hall, I believe.
Hall.
Or no, Nathan Abdul Hassan. They also lose Brusselbeck. So 5-on-3 advantage Houston Heat in the first 30 seconds of this one.
Moorhead's going to launch, dives across, and gets into the D2 spot. LaPapa's thinking about getting into the snake. Makes it in, no problem.
Yeah, first spin for LaPapa here for Houston Heat. It's just the door, South Electronics door, back center, and snake corner for Infamous, all backline bunkers. And Houston Heat developing and communicating. 5-on-3 situation. These are the ones when you're watching from the coaching tower, you say, can't give these up. 5-on-3s, 2-body advantage. Means 2 people on your team are not catching any heat at any moment. Heat trying to figure out where the bodies are. It's Rob Velez in the back center, Ryan Hall in the South Electronics store, and Jonah Jamros in the snake corner for Infamous.
Yeah, Jonah Jamros going back and forth with his gun. Everyone from Infamous is being very proactive in their spots. And they're going to be losing the South Electronics door. Ryan Hall taking the walk. Options dwindling here for Infamous.
Yeah,
might even think about conceding this point. 5-on-2.
Took the words out of my mouth. Maddie, Jess Velez in Jamros, and there goes Travis Lemansky throwing the towel. He's seen enough. Infamous going to reset, down 1. Houston Heat looking good, Maddie.
They are. They had a win yesterday against New York Extreme. Bit of a close battle, but a 2-point win for them. Not a lot of points scored in that match.
They had their top 4 at Cincinnati. Looked good in that tournament. They were running their vets that whole tournament in Cincinnati, Houston Heat. I like seeing their new pickups, their fresh blood, LaPapa, Soap, Jackson Frey in the starting lineup here at the World Cup for Houston Heat.
Yeah, it's when you pick up a bunch of new guys and you're trying to get them in and you've got some legends on the squad, it's always kind of tough because you want to work them in, but you also need to be winning games.
Yeah, I just think with Houston Heat, those vets are great, but you also got to save them. You know, playing the whole tournament, if you can keep them fresh for Sunday, that's wonderful. But right now, it's Tauntauns with a 3-0 lead. They get all 5 out alive. So does AC Diesel. AC Diesel managing to live through the first 15 seconds for the first time in this match.
And down chasing 3 with a lot of time left, but playing some offense. BJ Henderberg quickly into Snake 3. He does have an enemy, though, with Hugo Verhege, who's at Snake 2, totally posted up, just down the sideline right now. BJ's going to try to get into a gunfight with him.
Diesel also into the Dorito 3. Konstantin Fedorov into the Dorito 2 for the Tauntauns. So 5-on-5 situation.
Yeah, Tauntauns have a real good crossfield spread if they want to hold right now.
Clint Johnson looking like he wants to make a move through the middle. No, he's going to pull up again. 3 in the backfield, but now here comes Clint Johnson. He's going to dive into that wedge on the Dorito side. He's clean. 5-on-5 still.
Lackey and Johnson here. The attackers for Diesel. D-side on your screen. Yeah, this is going to get interesting because it's 5-on-5 and everyone has good spots.
Ooh, I thought Fedorov was going to catch one from BJ Hennenberg on the inside there, no, but he is clean. BJ retreating into the Snake 2. longer this goes, the more it benefits the Tauntauns, already sitting on a 3-0 lead. Diesel going to have to find offense in a full-strength situation for both teams. Oh, losing Jesse Stevens out of the backfield.
Yeah, it's a tough one there for AC Diesel. Down a body here currently. And going to have to force the issue here pretty quick because, yeah, they got time to work with, so they don't have to force the issue necessarily on the time with 8:45 to go, but they're running out of the easy moves.
Right.
Getting to the point where they're going to be going through lanes that are occupied with lots of paintballs because the Tauntauns have really good positions and they're just crossing it up.
Yeah, and if you're going to throw bodies away, you kind of prefer it to be a front guy making a run forward. All the guns draw that way. Sometimes you can retake real estate and catch someone sleeping off of the chaos there, but dying in gunfights out of the backfield, that helps nothing. Still,
yeah, and if you're Diesel, you're just hoping you can catch somebody on the Tauntauns making a mistake in a sloppy gunfight. But the Tauntauns, their body language, they're tucked in nicely, very tight, not exposing too much, only really engaging when they need to and just putting pressure downfield. DJ Henneberg going to go back to Snake 1 to get a different angle cross field as the Iceman, Mark Baginski, gets up into the wedge.
Yeah, spitting distance almost from Hugo Verhage right here. On the overwatch, Hugo with no interest of coming forward. He's in the Snake 2, just down the wire, trying to take options away from BJ Henningberg. Now, if you're...
Yeah, but with BJ on the retreat and Mark zoned up where he is, maybe they think that Hugo's at the 50. Because Mark is posted up on that 50. He's going to come off that lane. He's also down to his last pod. Hugo's strapped up. He's got 3 on his back. Axel's getting a little light.
Yeah, I mean, if BJ just shoots in Marky Franz, he's going to have an opportunity to come forward. It's just Marky Franz on the overwatch here. Sometimes Konstantin Fedorov, but for the most part, it's just Franz. Of course, Axel in the corner as well, but I think Konstantin Fedorov's gun might be down too.
Mark Baginski hunting in the middle, trying to get that crossfield angle on Konstantin Fedorov. And he gets to the 50-yard line, inset in the Snake.
Yeah, Fedorov's doing gun surgery in that Dorito too, so effectively a 4-on-4 here. Until Fedorov gets that gun up, he's head checking. I haven't seen him shoot a paintball. Baginski now retreating to that snake side wedge. Diesel.
They're being very proactive. They're trying to look through these angles. Mark calling a shot here on Axel. Axel asking for a check. Wow. And he does get the kill. That's going to even it up, but they lose BJ at the same time. So now a 3-on-4 here in favor of the Tauntauns. And Hugo's going to launch and try to trade out with Baginski. Baginski tucks back in to try to stay alive, and they're going to just run right at each other. Hugo begging for a major. Is he going to get it?
Just got shot, no major.
Okay, so the head referee sees it from his stand and said, no, he just got shot, no major. Clint Johnson pushing the issue in the middle. He gets eaten up by Konstantin Fedorov. Lackey cuts to the inside.
I think it's just Lackey now.
I think it's Lackey. I think it's a 2-on-1 here in favor of the Tonton.
Yeah, Fedorov and Franz against Lackey. Lackey kind of the last hope here for Diesel in this 0-3 game.
Lackey's going to have a moment here that if he can win a quick gunfight, he's going back and forth, and that's going to throw a little bit of confusion here as Fedorov's head checking. The Tauntauns might be off on the count with those bodies coming off so quickly. But this is the point. Now down to 5:33. Lackey has to find a way to win this 1-on-2. Or sorry, 2-on-1. Lackey has to find a way to make this one work here, or they're going to go down by 4, and the Tauntauns are just going to cross it up. Burn clock here.
Yeah, the Tauntauns are playing it correctly. Diesel did try to create some chaos with Baginski and Clint Johnson. Were able to dig out some of the Tauntauns, but just great poise by Fedorov and Franz. Now if you're Lackey, trying to catch one of these guys slipping, but so far the Tauntauns just all poise here. They've lost Lackey. Franz feels paint coming in at him. Lackey might have a chance to run at Fedorov here. This is really tough if you're Lackey. 1-on-2 forward, straddling a beam.
Ooh. Does get the drop on a Fedorov, but then Fedorov's just going to go and trade out. Perfect job. That is going to be the concession. So 4 in a row here for the Tauntauns. That one did get very interesting midpoint.
Yeah, it's just tough because Baginski put a great shot on Axel Gauden in the corner, but then BJ Henningberg just immediately dies. Here's the exchange between Hugo and Baginski. Baginski was begging for a penalty, Oh, my goodness. I feel like Hugo has a case there. Pop the top. I thought he shot Baginski before Baginski comes forward.
Get the other angle on it here. I'm looking at Baginski right now to see if anything breaks off of him. That was off the bunker.
Yeah, you're right.
Right there.
Yeah, that's a trade.
On this, yeah, that's. I mean, he did take another step, but I couldn't see when Hugo got shot. That, in real time, that looks bang bang. But Hugo just missed him with those first three.
Right.
You could see him splash off the bunker behind him.
So now Infamous Heat with a 1-point lead, and they're going to kill Zach Patient off the break. Nicely done. Oh, they do lose Ryan Moorhead, though, so 4-on-4 early here. Make it a 4-on-3 in favor of Houston Heat, as I believe that's Rob Velez walking off.
Yeah, slight advantage here on the body count. Multiple bodies taking the walk. Houston Heat quickly, though, up into D3. And Tonton thinking about moving up in the snake, and he's listening crossfield, seeing those bodies walk off, and with the lead wants to make sure he's got the count correct.
Actually a 4-on-2, as I believe that's Silberg coming off as well. So 3 bodies have dropped for Infamous here.
Yeah, just these 2 bodies in the backfield at the South Electronics store in the Boston Paintball Can.
Yeah, it's Callie Rudolph and I think Trevor Reeser, but La Papa, Tonton own the snake side over here for Houston Heat.
No concession from Infamous yet here. Down 2 bodies, only down a point. 8 minutes left. I could see in some universe them conceding this one and giving them, they'll be down 2, but 8 minutes to work with. But you could let it ride for a little bit here because you got some time. Maybe something crazy happens.
I don't have eyes on the 4th Houston Heat player. I know that Jackson Frey, La Papa, and Tonton is Soap Alive as well.
Yeah, D3 and D2.
Gotcha. So it is a 4-on-2 advantage Houston Heat. I agree with you in this case, Maddie, that you got to be thinking about concession. Infamous guys are making moves forward. Trevor Reeser buys some time and kills Jackson Frey. That's huge.
Here's why you could let this play out a little bit because, yeah, 4-on-2, not ideal, but you have 8 minutes to work with, and you're only down by 1. So just let it play out for a minute and a half, and hope that the 2 can find a way to get some kills. They just got one of them, so now they're only down 1 body.
Yeah, and importantly, Trevor Reeser and Callie Rudolph weren't just crossing it up in the backfield, right? Trevor went to work. He wanted to get outside and go hunting for kills, able to find one, 2-on-3 situation.
Well, and as a coach, whoever's in charge of the concession, I'm looking for my guys to get proactive out there. If the 2 are being proactive and trying to make something happen, then I'll let you work with it for a little bit. Oh, but you don't want that to happen. Minor penalty going to be assessed here on Callie Rudolph, and that's going to pull out Trevor Reeser. So,
yep, so it's just going to take Heat a minute and to wait for Infamous to concede the point. Heat going up 2. Looking pretty good, Houston Heat.
Yeah, this is Infamous is a gut check moment for them. They dropped their game yesterday to Uprising by 3. They're currently down by 2 here to Houston Heat. They got 2 more games to go. But if they want to stay in this tournament, they need to find a way to come from behind and win this game.
Maddie, what's interesting about World Cup 2 is we're at the end of the year, right? People start to have their eyes on 2026. Maybe they have some offers from other teams. Maybe they sort of know this is their last tournament they're playing in this camp. Sometimes that kind of attitude, the frustrations build more. Instead of doubling down and saying, let's do this, it's, I'm over this. Could be the case for some of these teams, Aftermath, Infamous, that underperformed this year. But right now, it's all Tauntauns crushing. Diesel, 4-0, killing one off the break, 5-on-4.
Yeah, diving into the snake with Hugo, quickly pushing all the way to snake 3, presence on the D side all the way into D3 pretty quick. So, yeah, full court press, even up 4 for the Tauntauns before 14 to go. Still doubling up that back center here for the Tauntauns. So, look for them to get out of there as soon as Axel gives them some space. So, Axel gets out. Back corner bunker, snake side.
Lackey is into the Dorito 3 for Diesel. Spiess getting a spin for Diesel. He's in the snake corner. Lackey just gets shot. Gun battle death. It's all Tauntauns, man. This looks like a mercy rule victory to me. It's only 4-0, but I see the Tauntauns putting the finishing touches on this and maybe a 6th one as well. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but Diesel not showing much out here.
Well, they're going to dive Spiess into the snake, and they do have a crossfield spread, so but the Tonton's probably not going to give him much here in this situation. Yeah, wait for these guys to run into these guns.
Clint Johnson dying out of the back center. Oh, Spieth, though, making moves. He's actually been kind of a shining point for them.
Yeah, he had some real good ones in Texas. Some good ones in the 3-man, and now if he can maybe win this gunfight, and he does, so, oh, he trades out. It's a 2-for-1 trade for Spieth.
But now it's a 3-on-1. It's just Mark Baginski at the Dorito side wedge against Spitzma, Fedorov. Maybe a 2-on-1? Nope, 3-on-1. Marky Franz alive. Make it a 3-on-0. 5-0 lead. Tauntauns putting the beat down on DeSalle.
Yeah, so 6:43 to go in this one, but as we were just discussing, Infamous has to find a way. It needs to start right now because dropping their game yesterday, they're in the bracket with Heat, Uprising, New York Extreme, and Energy Elite. So this is pretty crucial because Heat won yesterday and they lost. Uprising's been on cruise control, looking like, we'll see what Heat does, because if Heat wins out, then that'll be that Heat Uprising match to decide 1 and 2. But there are no wild cards, so it's just the top 2 from each division. It's a brutal cut.
Certainly is, Maddie. Every match counts. Right now, Infamous, time to work with, but down 2. Critical point for getting back into this match. They're going to run Brusselbeck off the break. He makes it. 5-on-5 break, it appears, for both teams. Ryan Moorhead diving into the Thunder Valley insert on the Dorito side, but Brusselbeck owns the snake. It's going past into the 50 onto Heat side of the field. Not sure that Heat has picked him up.
Yeah, Brusselbeck.
They don't know he's there.
They don't know he's there. He has not touched the bunker. He's going to have an opportunity to shoot Ryan Moorhead right now. Oh, but Ryan Moorhead dodges the stream, but then he's going to wrap around and get the kill on the South Electronics, and he shoots both those players in the middle. So Ryan Moorhead stays alive in that, but 2 quick kills have turned the tables here in this point for Brusselbeck and Infamous.
That's a great job by Brusselbeck. Now a great job on the Dorito side, filtering up, getting another kill, taking that Dorito 4. This is a perfect point from Infamous so far. Getting up high, trying to put a shot on La Papa's pack is Brusselbeck.
Brusselbeck needs to be a little bit careful, not engage too much. He's going to wrap around, though, and blast La Papa, and looks like Moorhead was peeled off, so Brusselbeck, huge point for him and for Infamous as they pull within 1, knowing tournament hopes on the line already here in Game 2. And Brusselbeck's probably going to ask for a check before he hits that buzzer, as he was catching a ton of pressure in there. Yeah, so Silberg's going to give him a little look. You do not want to hit that buzzer with a hit on you. So Brusselbeck is going to let Reeser, actually. He's like,
yeah, let someone
like,
from the
Sam,
back
are
line.
you good? Are you catching a lot of pressure? Yeah, I was catching a lot of pressure too. All right, let's get Reeser in here.
Yeah, great play call by Infamous. For that to work, not only do you need Brusselbeck to get into the snake, you also need to keep Heat out of the snake. Brusselbeck, no hesitation, crawls on the Heat side of the field, misses first ball on Ryan Moorhead, doesn't zone up all day on that. He kills the South Electronics door in the back center. Silberg follows it up. Great job by Infamous.
I got no Tigers. I see one guy walk off Tiger 1, but we won the game. Hey, Trevor. Okay, you're spending. 9. Okay.
Rob Velez saying, hey, we're crushing, but let's make sure we got the comms too. Love that by Velez, not content with a 5-up victory. Wants to make sure they got the comms too. But right now, Tonton's looking to put the finishing touches on AC Diesel. They're going to kill the snake off the break. They are going to lose the snake off the break, so 4-on-4.
Might be losing Fedorov as well too. He was catching some heat trying to dive into D3. Looks like he's clean though.
Spitzma out to the snake corner for the Tauntauns. Nice fill out there.
Another body coming off for Diesel. It's Spieth taking the walk. Johnson gets out of the back center to try to stop the bleeding here on the snake side. He's the only body this way for Diesel.
4-on-3 advantage Tauntauns. Clint Johnson trying to make it happen. I believe it's Jared Lackey in the Dorito 4 for Diesel.
Yeah, diving into the snake now. Clint Johnson in the snake 1. Lackey here on your screen. Crossfield. He's in a good spot. All the way up into D4. So they have just a few bodies to work with here. Down a body, but with some good crossfield real estate. But to increase the margin, I mean, there's just no way they're going to win this game. We're under 2 minutes to play. But for Diesel's hopes here, really need to put, ideally, given the time, I'd say 2 points on the board if they can. Realistically.
Yeah. I don't see them putting any points on the board, but yeah, that would be nice.
There's painting best pitcher situations here.
Yeah. You're right, Maddie, but just not really happening for Diesel. Clint Johnson making something of an effort sitting in the snake one. They do get a kill across field, so now it's a 3-on-3 with 1:20 left. Diesel, it's been a really frustrating 3 years for this team. Mark Johnson working through a lot of different high-level talents there, but they just haven't found the results. Clint Johnson now shooting his way forward into the snake 2. They do kill another out of the backfield, so now 3-on-2. This might be Diesel's first body advantage in this match.
Baginski hunting in the middle. He's going to release. Baginski's trying to put it together, realizes, oh, just 2 left. Ooh, team killed, though. That's unfortunate for Baginski because it could have been a little highlight reel move for him. Still going to get the point, though, as Lackey going to hit the afterburners with about 30 seconds left, put their first point up.
Yeah, fending off the Mercy Rule defeat. No shade there. Good job, Lackey. He's played pretty well for them at times. Clint Johnson, he's the big threat on that team.
Yeah, the problem for Diesel now, because they played the Hurricanes yesterday and lost. So they're the 3 seed, Hurricanes are the 2 seed. They're playing now the 1 seed. Yeah, I mean, Diesel needs the Hurricanes to continue to lose, because it looks like the Tontons are going to be the #1 seed most likely. And then they just need to absolutely demolish Leverage and Papaletto.
Okay.
To have a chance.
Not impossible. Tough ask, but not impossible. And to your point, Matt, it might be helpful to get another point on the board here, but right now it is Houston Heat in a 1-point game against Infamous. The match of the morning so far is right here, right now.
Closest game we've seen so far on Friday, and off the break, quickly into the snake for, is that Dizon? Yeah, Dizon again. They're going to be losing Moorhead, though, and they're losing La Papa and Dizon. This is a big opportunity right now for Infamous. Massive high body situation for them with under 5 minutes to play. Brussel back into diving in the snake and going to crawl all the way up into snake 3. Here comes Trevor Reeser feeling no pressure, releases to the wedge.
Yeah, it's a 5-on-2 immediately for Infamous, pretty much. They own the snake. They're on to Heat's wedge on the Dorito side. They do lose Reeser, though.
Tough death for Trevor Reeser in what was a 5-on-2, now a 4-on-2 situation. So just the South Electronics white white door and the Boston paintball can here for Houston Heat. They're just crossing it up and hoping that Infamous makes a bunch of mistakes running into guns.
Yeah, just got to cross it up, and then maybe if the opportunity presents itself, try to scurry outside wide to either the Dorito corner or the snake corner. It's tough to do with all of the forward penetration for Infamous here. It's Jackson Frey and longtime teammate Soap. I think Soap just got shot. He did. So now 4-on-1 Infamous looking to tie it up. They will after killing Jackson Frey. Great execution, 2 points in a row for Infamous. Point before this one, it was just Brusselback, aggressive play call, winning 5-on-5s with forward progress. This time crushing off the break, closing methodically. Still not quite good on the Tiger count, the kill count, but Rob Velez going to saunter on in, tie this game up for Infamous.
Well, we had just spoken about when Infamous was sitting looking at a score of 1-3 that they had to answer, and they had to do it right then. Because if they want to have a chance to move on in this tournament, they need to win this game. Because they dropped to Uprising yesterday, and Infamous is sitting 3rd in this bracket. Uprising's been outstanding. They're undefeated through 3 matches. So if you want to try to get to that top 2 in your bracket, that means they need to beat Heat, and they need to keep it going in order to try to be that second team.
Tough bracket here, especially with no wild cards, but Infamous responding well to the challenge on this brisk and breezy, a lovely Florida morning here. Brusselback playing himself into that starting job now for Infamous as the one on that side.
So just 31 seconds left to go in this one. Diesel, send it?
Yeah, send it.
Send it, I agree.
Not much to lose at this point. It's been a disappointing year. It's going to take a lot to move on in this tournament, so no risk it, no biscuit.
Yeah, it does make it interesting, though, because the Hurricanes got shut out in the game against Leverage. So with Tonton's, Hurricanes, Diesel, Leverage, and Papaletto all in the bracket. I mean, it could be, I don't know, it's going to be a three-way race because it's going to be Tonton's most likely sitting at the top of the bracket.
Right.
And then between Hurricanes, Diesel, and Leverage,
yeah,
are all fighting for that second spot. Papaletto got blown out yesterday, lost 2 big, so they're not really going to be in the conversation here moving on.
Yeah, that Leverage win over the Hurricanes is huge. That changes the whole situation. I mean, if you're AC Diesel coming into this game, you're thinking, hey, we beat the Tontons, we're in great shape. Not going to beat the Tontons, but still with a chance. Leverage shutting out the Hurricanes.
Yeah, it was a big upset victory this morning. And Leverage is, like I said, and we were just breaking it down, they got a chance to move on to Sunday.
Won 3 of their last 4 matches.
Yeah, and one of them was against Dynasty, and the other one's against the Hurricanes. It's pretty good.
So now Diesel going to run deep on the Dorito side to the Dorito 4. He is not going to make it.
They are going to send it as Jesse Stevens very quickly to the wedge. They do lose that body on the D side. They lose Baginski as well, too. So just 3 players left alive for him. Double stacking D2. Interesting here for the Tauntauns. And then right into D3. Haven't seen anybody double up that bunker yet.
Yeah, interesting. I like it. And that was just to keep Fedorov on a turret shooting the inside from that Dorito, too, to make sure Jesse Stevens can't come onto the Tauntaun side of the field. So even though Stevens was up in the Tauntaun's business, great time kill for them. 5-1 victory for Tauntauns FSU. Have you ever seen that movie their name is based on, the Tauntauns? Tauntauns Flingers?
I have not, but I have seen the poster at a bar in Paris.
Yeah.
I was there with my wife and her friend, and I was just sitting there, and they were drinking some champagne. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and I look up, and I see the movie poster.
Yeah.
I was so excited. The girls did not care at all.
It's based on a book. It hasn't been translated to English, or I'd say we should have a Tauntauns book club. Read the English translation of that. But
yeah, the Tonton Flinguez means the uncle killers.
Yeah, yeah. Pulp crime drama. Gonna check it out. But more importantly, the uncle killers crushing AC Diesel, killing them out here on the paintball field. Now tie game, Maddie.
Yeah, this is the best game we've seen so far today.
This is the point. 3:30 on the clock.
Russell back again. Aggressive call here for Infamous. They send him the snake off the break, and he makes it clean. 5-on-5 break. As Infamous, though, continuing to push the issue, hitting that gas pedal, taking ground up in the middle as well, too, with Russell back immediately into Snake 3.
Infamous has begun setting the pace. They're playing on their toes. Heat has been on their heels the past 2. They're stuck in the back 5 bunkers, while Brusselbeck is in the 50. Silberg is in the 50. So Infamous really developing tough situation here for Houston Heat. Still in the pocket while Infamous is bringing the action to them. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left, tie game.
Well, this is when Infamous, after taking some decent positions with 2:40 to go, just can't get too antsy. Just continue to get those secondary and third moves, get the backfield up into the mix. Ooh. Oh, but looks like Jonah Jamrose lost a gunfight down the sideline. That is a tough death here for Jonah Jamrose out of the backfield for Infamous.
Yeah, that was La Papa just in a heads-up gun battle against Jonah Jamrose. Nice job by the upstart number 17, La Papa.
Yeah, Jonah didn't give him much. Basically got shot on a head check.
Trevor Reeser now backing up Brusselbeck. He's in the snake too. He gets on the inside shot. Moorhead playing crossed from that Thunder Valley Aztec. Brusselbeck in that 50 snake mini wall. Silberg in that 50 brick on the Dorito edge. 5-on-4 advantage Heat, under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, Reeser looking for it down the sideline. Does Dizon get into the snake? He does. Dizon going to crawl up here. He's going to be joined. La Papa won that gunfight on Jonah to give them the one body advantage. So Houston Heat starting in the pocket, but staying alive, winning a gunfight, and then now fighting out of the pocket to get in some good spots.
Yeah, if Dizon can find a way even just to trade with Brusselbeck. Brusselbeck has set a trap. He's just camping on the outside edge of that Snake 3. If Dizon doesn't know he's there and comes around that edge trying to push the issue forward, he's going to get diced up wig split by Brusselback.
Ronnie was thinking about it for a second, but he's being patient down the sideline, hoping to catch Reeser here potentially on a head check. As we hit the minute mark, could see an overtime point.
Yeah, the way Houston Heat is set up right now, they seem more on a time kill after absorbing the early positional pressure. Now Brusselback diving across into the 50 snake. I'm not sure if Jackson Frey saw that.
Silberg's getting proactive in his spot. He's popping the top in that brick and trying to get a shot in on those back players. Not able to do it yet, though. Dizon focusing his gun inside here on your screen from Snake 2. So is La Papa.
Oh, man, Silberg almost caught Dizon. Dizon picks up the move across to that snake brick. Sam Monville just pumping paint at Brusselback. 15 seconds left. We're going to see an overtime point, Maddie.
Yeah, I think we are here, Mike, as Brusselback is going to get shot in that spot with 10 seconds left. I don't think that's going to give Heat enough time. Moorhead is going to risk it, though, and Moorhead's going to come through. Here goes Sam Silberg as well on the car crash here with just 1 second left. So Houston Heat just needed maybe another 2 seconds to steal the win. Not going to be the case. 5 minutes on the clock, going to go into an overtime point.
I thought that was actually a wonderful job by Houston Heat there because it's a 5-on-5 breakout. Infamous took their risks, made their spots. So to be stuck in the pocket with a doubled-up back center, they're in the 50 snake in the center brick, to live through that pressure with composure, then get outside. Nice job by Heat, absorbing pressure, staying alive, living to fight an overtime point.
We don't need to fill pods, we need to help each other. Oh, the one.
I need 9 all down unless.
Sam, Jackson, you guys good with the same thing? Yeah.
Taking a water break.
A minute.
Hey, you swam Sam, you got for Cody. 1 minute, same time.
Deep brass for paintball legend Moorhead, former MVP award winner here at World Cup.
Sam's going to work, and that's fine. Jonah, when you're up, talk. What's up? No, you're good, Sam.
Leader on the team, Rob Velez.
Detroit was shot at me all game, back center shot me. I had 22 in Chicago on me.
Guys, can we get 10 paint, please?
I need 5.
I think we go bring some paint here this time. Sammy.
Timeout called. So it'll be a minute and 30 for this next point. A little bit of momentum shift, though, with Heat almost winning that last point.
Yeah.
And having to do it essentially from the pocket. They're spotting Infamous almost half of the 50s.
Yeah, Infamous changed the tide in this match when they started taking big bites, bringing the offense to Heat. Seems like Heat has figured out a little bit, at least how to live through those. And then finally got back on their toes late in that match. Haven't seen much Chad George. I wonder if he's hurt out here. It's been Monville, Frey, La Papa, Soap, and Moorhead. Saw Mishka early in the match. He's gone to the bench for La Papa. Houston Heat. Wonder if they got some predictive analytics on the infamous breakout here. Travis Lemansky, one of the more aggressive play callers in paintball. He likes those deep runs.
Yeah, Infamous, he's got wheels to work with,
yeah,
and he definitely employs them to run far often. Yeah, so basically everyone on that team's got wheels.
Yes, Silberg, Reeser, Jamrose, Brusselback, all those guys are lightning fast. Rob Velez is not slow. So let's see here, overtime point.
And they hold Brusselback up. Looks like Dizon also being held up too, so conservative break for both squads. 5-on-5. Doubling up the back center, though, here for Houston Heat. A little bit better, I would say, for Infamous, as they don't have that doubled up spot, so one less gap to get through for them to get up the field.
But I would still say that the situation benefits Heat because they've been playing on their heels these last 3 points just because Infamous has brought so much offense to them. Now Heat is going to have the ability to get set up a little bit. Look for Dizon to make the move forward. He does into that wedge.
But I like that move. He goes to the wedge. instead of the more predictable play, which is to dive across into the snake.
Right.
Now LaPapa can get through, if he can get through that gap. LaPapa almost caught one, though. And then now the transition out. Nice read and react there from Jonah Jamrose. He sees Heat get out, and so he perfectly times that, and he gets out clean. Brusselback's got to be careful, though, because he eventually wants to work into the snake, and he's catching a ton of pressure from that position. Bad death, though, for LaPapa.
Oh, but Jonah dies right after that by Ronnie Dizon. So Dizon immediately tying it back up in the body count in this overtime point. Clutch by Dizon.
Yeah, Brusselback, though, getting into the snake clean. He's the only body in there for either squad, but I don't think he knows that Ronnie Dizon is posted up from that wedge.
Yeah, that might have actually been Jackson Frey who killed Jonah Jamrose. Regardless, 4-on-4 Dizon Brusselback showdown here on the snake side could be extremely consequential in this overtime point.
Brusselback using the nipple on the top of that bunker to pop up and get a glimpse downfield.
He doesn't know where Ronnie is. He's very concerned about where is Ronnie. Is he in the snake? He's shooting down the wire. I like the retreat there. Instead of going forward without having eyes on Ronnie, let's figure out where Ronnie Dizon is. Now Jackson Frey getting out to the corner. 4-on-4 situation. Heat set up nicely.
Yeah,
Infamous set up nicely.
Ronnie being very disciplined and staying on that gap. So the rest of Heat needs to try to figure out where Brusselback is and give Ronnie some intel so he could be a little bit more proactive, as Brusselback is now back at Snake 2.
Yeah, they're talking to him. Frey was letting him know. I don't know that you need Ronnie to be proactive here yet, because there's the trap. That allows Frey to be active and set the trap for Brusselback. Brusselback now knows that Heat is in the snake, but undetected players are so dangerous here. That's how you set the bear trap.
Especially on a layout like this.
Right.
So it's died down a little bit here. 2:23 to go. If we can't get a winner in this 5-minute overtime period, then we'll see one-on-one battles.
Silberg made a move forward into the Dorito 3. It's just Sam Monville keeping him contained over there on the Dorito side. Ryan Moorhead and Dizon are shooting Snake Way. Frey and Monville shooting Dorito way. So a good cross here. No one with a real strong positional advantage, but Sam Silberg is coming after that action. That Sam Silberg, Sam Monville showdown right here.
Now the Heat has to let everyone know. Did they even get eyes on Silberg making that move into D4 is the question. Because Frey is focused more towards the center and a little bit more deep on that D side. Ronnie is still just completely dedicated here to the snake. Brusselback's going to actually pop the top and maybe get a crossfield shot here on Moorhead.
Yeah, a little too high for Moorhead. Moorhead squirrels into that bunker. I heard Heat calling Dorito 3. Depends on their codes. That could be the right call, or they could be one behind on Silberg. They're ripping a bounce shot a little bit into there. That makes me think that they know where he is. Dizon turns around, coming in on 60 seconds in a 4-on-4. I'm not going to say we're going to see one-on-ones, because once everyone hears the 60 seconds, the proactive players are going to start getting after it.
Yeah, but it is locked up that we got a really good chance of seeing one-on-ones.
But Silberg looks like he wants to move forward on the Dorito side. Here he comes into that mini wall on the Dorito side, now over into the wedge. He might kill Ronnie Dizon if he pops the top inside here.
Brusselback getting a little antsy in here, thinking he wants to launch, but it's going to be tough because for the past 5 minutes, Dizon has been totally focusing on that run.
Ooh, Silberg missed his shot on Frey. He can't see Dizon.
Yeah, Dizon's tucked in, though, a little bit more to this spot. He's actually living on this side of the bunker to try to keep his pack.
Great follow-up by Rob Velez. So Infamous is bringing the action. Dizon's going to get picked up. He's going to shoot no one. So Infamous now with a 4-on-3 advantage.
Yeah, let's see if they can do something with it. Head check on the clock here. Trevor Reeser's going to launch as they have two bodies alive past the center, and the third one, I think Infamous is going to be able to possibly dunk here on Monville. Just trying to hold the line on the D side. Brusselback. Penalty going to be assessed. Who's it going to be on? And Monville in the chaos is still alive as time expires. There was a penalty thrown. Everyone's arguing right now. Infamous celebrating a little bit. Can't celebrate quite yet as it is getting chaotic here in the chaos of that close.
Yeah, so Rob Velez coming through, believed he shot Moorhead, who continued to play, wanted the major on Ryan Moorhead for killing him.
We're talking about it, guys. We're figuring it out.
So the refs are going to have their little powwow and try to figure it out there.
So, veteran coming over, Ryan Moorhead. pleading his case to the head referee.
So the call on the field is no point, I believe. So that's critical because they can talk it over, they can look at replays, but if they don't see anything definitive, we're going to see one-on-ones here.
Travis Lemansky coming over to plead his case to our commissioner as the referee's having a convention over here to try to figure out what this call is.
I need this cleaned up. Sam, they were in the Charlie, and I'm like, I cannot be in this bunker anymore. That's what I tried to do. Thank you. I need that for my pocket. I got you.
Sam Silberg really broke that one open, though, Maddie.
Yeah, he
did.
did.
It worked out, but playing with the pace, really wanting it there to move forward into that wedge. Ronnie Dizon just said it. When he's in that Charlie, I can't live in that bunker. Forced him into a desperation move that took no one off the field.
Well, and the middle was open because the guns were shifted out wide. Having Brussel back here in the snake and probing kept guns snake side, and then also they had a presence on the D side as well, too. Sam sensed it, realized, okay, cool. That's the spot to flood bodies through. So they flood 2 bodies up the middle, and that almost potentially was a difference maker. Depends on how this call goes, but
I believe we'll see one-on-ones just based on the call. Oh, this is cool. Split screen. Good job by the production team. Looking at the infamous pit and the Houston Heat pit. I imagine we're going to see one-on-ones just on the way everyone's behaving right now. Maddie, who are you sending out in this one-on-one situation?
What'd you say?
It's tough to call. I mean, you go off 2 things, right? Historic situations where guys have thrived in these moments of pressure, and then who's your hot hand currently. And it's kind of tough to call the hot hand for either squad because we're seeing pretty solid play out of everyone. I mean, the game is went tied through overtime.
I'm sending out either Silberg or Velez if I'm on the infamous squad, and that's a look in the eye, do you want it situation, right? For Houston Heat, I like Moorhead or Frey.
Yes. Okay. Anyone else shoot him for sure?
Yeah, I like Moorhead as well, too.
Yeah, he's been around.
Mentally tough guy. He doesn't get rattled in these situations. He's creative.
Yes.
Good gunfighter.
Yep. Confidence so key in the one-on-ones.
Frey being their big gun battle out of the backfield.
He's played well in this match, too.
Moves pretty well. Not the fastest guy or smallest guy on the team, but athletic.
And tall enough to play over the top of wedges and such.
That's one of those situations, too, where sometimes you can send a guy out. It just depends on how good that player is, because Archie's not exactly tall enough to play over, we're talking about X Factor, not tall enough to play over a brick, but I'll still take an Archie Montemayor, so
definitely.
Good enough where it doesn't really matter. But if you get a guy like a Tom Guest who's 6'3", 6'4", that height is huge, and sometimes in a one-on-one because they can play over the top of a brick like a guy who's 5'4" can play over the top of an Aztec.
Yep, Tyler Harmon, Elliott Weaver, Tom Guest, these tall, lanky, springy guys are so dangerous. Cody Mikowski.
Yeah, so still no official call yet. But as Mike was saying, the call on the field was a no point. So typically it has to be an obvious situation once they go and review it for them to overturn the call on the field.
Shout out to these refs, too. I mean, I'm wrong all the time up here. I'm like, that's an obvious major, and then it turns out the guy missed. Paintball is the hardest game to ref. When you talk about the margin of error, the difference between one guy shooting another guy, it's tenths of seconds, thousandths of seconds.
Yeah, still under official review here. Yeah, Mike, that's why I just mostly, unless I see it and I'm with like 1,000% positive that the call was the way I saw it. So we're getting a look here at the replay. This is what our commissioner, Jason Trojan, is looking at right now. So there's Reeser coming through. Moorhead's looking at him. But the question is, does Moorhead have a hit on him from here? He's so tucked in, we can't tell. So right there, you can kind of see, right, okay, there's no hit and then a hit. No hit, hit.
And then he's shooting Reeser, so that's a major penalty on Moorhead.
If it is a major, and you see Silberg pointing immediately.
Yeah.
And then goes the minor.
That was perfect execution by Infamous there in terms of streaking 2 bodies up with a trailing body shooting Moorhead in the hopper.
But we can't see that other side of Reeser.
Right.
So did Moorhead actually put a ball on him?
Infamous wins.
So now official confirmation is Infamous going to take the victory here tense, dramatic moments. But infamous come from behind victory against Houston Heat, the best game of the day so far. We still got a lot of paintball coming at you here from the NXL World Cup here in Kissimmee, Florida. Next up, we're going to see our top 4 teams play. PB Fit taking on Impact, Red Legion, and Breakout Spa. Infamous still in this tournament. We'll be right back here on Major League Paintball Plus. Stick with us.
Let's go. Good shit. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
There is a sport you've never seen. A game of speed, chaos, and precision, where milliseconds decide legends. Now, you get to see it for yourself.
Big moment in pro paintball history.
Let's go!
Major League Paintball Plus is your all-access pass to the sport's biggest stage. The exclusive home to live tournament paintball action, featuring semifinals and finals of all NXL major events, and much more.
It's just a fantastic time for paintball and all our fans. Just love it.
Go beyond the field with Major League Paintball Plus.
They're really trying to reach every player out there and not just the elite of the elite. They're trying to really show that carbon is the gear for paintball players.
We're an all-in package, so everything from head to toe that we're wearing, but we chose that. It did not get forced on us, but once you wear the product, it speaks for itself.
You can pick and choose what you want in your package. They allow you to be your team the way you want your team to be. And that's what I like about Carbon.
With Carbon, the freedom to wear things without being a factory team or a sponsored team or something like that is so alluring to us. Because over at Battle Creek and at Wolfpack, we like to choose what we believe in. And Carbon checks that box.
It's not just NXL, that's the beautiful thing. Carbon is involved in so many different off leagues. It's insane. I, at EXL, have racked up probably $3,000 or $4,000 with Carbon this year alone because we've got 4 wins.
With the Carbon Cash, you can buy whatever you want through the portal. They really care about you and repping their products, and they give it back to you at the end of the day.
What I really like about Carbon is you're not just a number. You're an actual person, you're an actual team. They are truly building relationships. These guys care, and they care about the divisional player.
The Missouri All-Stars would not be the team without Carbon and without the guys at Carbon. It's the most important piece of the puzzle.
Left to the right, to the left, to the right, let it happen better.
Available now, online or at the HK Army booth.
Hey, it's BRNT at CRBN, here at the DRV, an absolute hot rod force feed winner. What separates the DRV from the competition is our LCD display on the back. This has a built-in timer, ideal for classic paintball, but if you're playing anytime paintball at all, the ability to know what's going on without a scoreboard is an advantage. Along with our adjustable torque settings, 1 through 5, allows you to shoot any paint in every condition. If you're shooting super brittle paint, turn it down. If you trust the paint, it's a little bit harder, you can turn it all the way up, shoot 25 balls a second, no problem. The DRV features a revolutionary automatic anti-jam, no button to push. The DRV also features an aluminum feed neck for an absolutely positive gun mount. DRVs feature a magnetic, tool-free disassembly. You can field strip the loader in seconds. Each DRV includes a speed feed, rain lid, and charging cable for the lithium-ion battery. They also ship in a zippered case. DRV is currently available in 8 different colorways. Learn more about the DRV at crbnpaintball.com.
About to jump into the action here with our top 4 squads here at the NXL World Cup. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Mike Jeffrey. This is the biggest and best paintball tournament on planet Earth, and we are about to watch the best teams on planet Earth. Right now, Impact taking on PB Fit for seeding. They already have done enough work this year to just head right on into that top 8 on Sunday, but we got to figure out how the seeding is going to work. And these games are always interesting here, Mike, because you know, we're looking at Impact playing Fit. Both these teams have won an event this year. In fact, PB Fit has won 2, but Impact fresh off a win in Texas. And we'll see how much of their hand are they going to show here. How much of the strategy and tactics are we going to see implemented as we've been seeing this field start to evolve a little bit as far as the strategy is concerned. And also tough to call favored in this one too. I mean, Impact just came off a win. PB Fit, 2 wins to start out the year. And this is a rematch here from World Cup last year in the final match with that amazing, historic come-from-behind victory for PB Fit.
And getting his first rep of the year on the pro field is Colt Lukow, returning from his knee injury, drawing the start here. Paintball Fit does lose Scott Stewart off the break, but welcome back, Colt, for Paintball Fit.
Yeah, coming off a major knee injury, healing up like the Wolverine. Body now dropping for PB Fit. So looking good for Impact. They are going to be losing Tyler Harmon, who's playing that D side here at this event. I love Tyler on the D side. He was a phenom for him, and it was a big, big part of their win. Justin Cornell taking some ground in the middle here, and Impact ruling the snake side as they get Zupa into the snake.
Justin Cornell tells Zupa, shoot the back center. Jacob Seaball, though, going to slip out into that Boston paintball can. Another body coming off, I believe it's Dalton Vanderbilt, so Fit hanging tough here. Colt Lukow taking the walk, though.
Yeah, he's going to trade with JC, but still looks like body for PB Fit alive on that D side. I think that's Xavi. Yeah, Chavez still alive to turn the tables here, so it wasn't looking good for PB Fit off the break. But a couple deaths for Edmonton Impact, and Chavez blowing open that D side.
Yeah, 3-on-5 turns into a 2-on-1 in favor of Paintball Fit. Great job hanging tough.
Yeah, Dr. Seabaugh still alive.
It's just Nick Laval in the snake. Really difficult position with Chavez behind him and Seabaugh in front of him. Chavez taking a look Very smart there. Good job by Chavez. Hitting that buzzer, making sure it was safe from Laval before he goes. Perfect timing. Maddie, when I saw this Doritos side, I thought Jonathan Chavez. Little bumps over here. Some nice areas. He's been a little up and down this year, if you ask me. Start of the year, he was crushing it. Fit, not winning tournaments or in the top 4 the past couple, but certainly with their starting 5 back out here at World Cup, a favorite.
Oh, absolutely. Again, 3 wins in a row, starting with the historic World Cup win last year in exactly the same place. So they should be feeling pretty confident. And now we're going to see the number 1 team in the world here currently. It was PB Fit to start the year. They got 2 wins in a row, but Legion 4th, 3rd, 1st, and then a 5th. Just only 4 seeding points over PB Fit, but officially the number 1 team. And they're playing the number 1 team from Europe, Breakout Spa.
Yeah, Red Legion, I don't expect to see them showing their hand a ton here. It's a very tricky balance. You can talk to coaches and players about it. You want to get your fire going. You want to feel competitive. But at the same time, the stakes just not quite so high because you're not fighting for survival in these matches. But still, that seeding can be, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Barslev all the way onto Spa's side of the field in the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, Clarenbeau taking the walk here for Breakout Spa from the backfield. We got Duchesne with some ground up the middle. He's going to get diced up, so here comes Legion storming up the D side. Could be a very quick one for him here. And it looks like Smotroff is the one that's getting the start. It's been the question with no Sergei Sonaiskov. I was actually able to do a show with him, calling in for Moscow as dealing with some injuries. But, you know, getting J-Rab, Justin Rabikoff, back when Sergei was there to complement the starting 5 was the magic needed for Legion as they stormed through last season, series champs. And then we haven't seen Smotroff for, I think, 4 years until earlier this season. But it looks like they're rolling with him at least to start. Deep roster, though, for Red Legion.
Yeah, they've gone with Kuzman as the one on the snake side, the Tiger King at times. We've seen Jameson stand a little bit, but without Sergei, Maddie, you said it, that's the issue. Who's going to be the 5th out there? You know you got 4 guys, Karslev, J-Rab, Malloy, and Kirill, that you can run until their wheels fall off, and they don't tend to fall off, but it's that 5th player that's been the question mark for Red Legion. Not a huge one, sitting in 1st in the rankings. Impact late to the box with Laval running the same 5, and they're going to lose Justin Cornell off the break. They're going to lose 3 bodies off the break. Paintball Fit. Goodness gracious, Maddie.
PB Fit do lose Stewart, though.
That's 2 in a row, so Impact good on that short shot, but just too much Paintball Fit. Very quick one for Fit.
One of the quickest points we've seen out here.
Yeah, that's a 4-on-1 in about no time. Welcome back, Colt Lukow, Trenton Mason.
Yeah, they're just trying to figure out if they got everybody.
Yeah.
All those bodies. Again, it's so hard to count the bodies and keep an accurate count when they are dying in droves.
Yeah.
The first 5 seconds of a match.
So
see Voz. He's heads up. He's like, I think we shot everybody, but I'm not sure.
So I was giving Uprising a hard time in the last one, but you see Fit doing it too. This speaks to the way this layout is. The backline visibility being poor and the pit entrance being at the back of the field instead of the side. Harder to keep the kill count going there. Fit was calling 44. They do a slightly different body count thing. They say 33, that's like their kill 3. 44 is kill 4.
Yeah, and Mike's saying slightly different. Typically when you hear, let's just say you hear, if you're playing out there and you hear 34, that means we have 3 and they have 4.
30 seconds.
It's just kind of a simplified version of the codes. That did not exist back in the day.
Yeah.
Everyone used to have their own unique kill counts. Some of them still do.
Yeah, you hear Tiger.
It's still there.
Yeah.
It's still part of the game.
Tiger's a popular one. Shock. But it used to be G and Ball. That was the Dynasty one, right?
No, that was the Ironman.
Oh, the Ironman one. Sorry.
Give Dynasty all this credit for stuff we invented.
That's just when I started caring.
Yeah, facts.
5-on-5 breakout here between Spa and Red Legion. Smotrov drawing another start here. Malloy playing the one on the snake side. He's backed up by J-Rab. They're going to kill 2 out of the backfield, make it 3, actually. So a quick 5-on-2 situation for Red Legion.
Battle here.
Already up 1-0.
Yeah, battle in the snake. Oh, I thought for a second I was just going to launch. Yeah. Trade out, but we don't like trades in low body situations.
Yeah, he killed 2 there. So normally 2 for 1, that's okay, but not with only 2 bodies left alive. So it's Kirill, J-Rab, and another body just against this one player in the corner. Never mind.
Yeah, so
it's all Red Legion.
Yeah, it's all Red Legion. Slightly anticlimactic start to this one, as this has been Legion kind of doing whatever they want here.
Yeah,
in these first couple.
Outclassing them a little bit right now. Red Legion, far and away the best team to come out of Europe, at least when it comes to results on U.S. soil. Going back decades now, Red Legion's been doing it. Big reason for that, Kirill Pridny. He's going to be scary up the middle on this field. Alexander Barytnikov, scary on any field, on any side. So we're seeing Paintball Fit. I wondered if they would go to their bench a little bit in the seeding battle here with the bye into the quarterfinals, but no, it's Chavez, Lukau, Seabaugh, Stewart, and Trenton Mason. They're looking at Brandon Cornell, Dalton Vanderbilt, Rainey Stanzak, Zach Yakimek, and Mikey Urena.
But it's interesting that Seabaugh is playing so well here this year that even with Colt coming back, I mean, Seabaugh took his spot when he went down with the injury. Ooh, minor penalty going to be assessed, though, here on PB Fit. Can make this one interesting.
I think Chavez caught one in the pack or hopper, so Impact down 2. Blew that high body situation in the first point. In another one here, 5-on-3. Scott Stewart, though, in that Paintball Fit wedge, that namesake wedge for their team. Now into the 50 brick on the Snake side.
Yeah, looks like nice little move for Tyler Harmon to get into D2. Zach Yakimek's fighting from the Aztec on the Snake side. And you see there Scott Stewart all the way up in that center brick for PB Fit. In the middle with the lead to protect. With the penalty caving off some of their bodies.
And Scott Stewart switched off the Snake to the Dorito side. Now Zach Yakimek looks like he's hunted for him. Going to jump the beam. They're going to trade. Good trade by Zach Yakimek there.
Yeah, I love the move from former MVP award winner Zach Yakimek with a beautiful clean close. Or clean kill up the middle to try to help him close this one out.
And it's going to be a 4-on-2. Dalton now taking another bite on the Dorito side. Rainey Stanzak getting into the Snake. Oh no, now Dalton's following up Brandon Cornell. So Brandon and Dalton own that Dorito side. It's just Dr. Seabaugh over there and Trenton Mason in the Snake corner for Paintball Fit. Looking at 4 Edmonton Impact bodies. Mikey Urena jumping the inside beam and crawling forward.
Oh, that's Rainey.
Oh, Rainey.
Yeah, the back player extraordinaire, Mikey. Now he's going to get in the Snake. Ooh, big bite here for Mikey Urena. So he's going to leapfrog Rainey. Rainey's going to be at the wedge. They're just trying to find these last couple bodies, make sure that they know the count accurate and also positions accurate as well, too. Urena going to wrap around, try to get that shot inside. Checking off on the back center.
Well, and after losing a 5-on-3 earlier in this match, you might want to just be a little bit more methodical here. Make sure you do it together. Good comms, cross field.
Yeah, as long as Impact can get a nice little close here, do it with some teamwork, this would be a good momentum shifter for them. Shoot some bodies on the break. Well, they got a little bit of gift. They shot a body, get a gift of a penalty, get a nice clean close. Urena going to crawl up onto PB Fit's side. Should have an angle here on the door. Ooh, and he doesn't make. Oh, yep. Connects on his first shot. Nice job by Mikey Urena, leaving just Mason in the back corner bunker. And here comes the swarm of Impact bodies, and going to tap Mason out. And we got ourselves a 1-point match.
Impact won the Western Conference in the 3-man tournament we held here on Wednesday. I thought Mikey Urena looked great in that. Playing well here in the seeding battle against Paintball Fit. First ball on target on Jacob Seabaugh. Good close there by Impact to cut the deficit to 1.
Well, what I love about Mikey Urena's game is that he's shown growth. He goes to Impact as a bully, picked up as a first attacker in the Snake, and he thrived in that position. But over over some time, he's really started to show some depth. We've seen him play really well as that 2 goes out to the corner, can gunfight from that position nicely. He's really starting to develop a diverse skill set here.
If you want to play on Edmonton Impact, you want to see the field, you have to have discipline. That you can't just be a bully down the field. If the situation calls for it, Impact wants you to choke teams out. Looking at Zach Yakimek, making it look smooth, jumping over the beam and trading with Scott Stewart there.
Yeah, very fluid. Got some style points on that bunker move. And you see Mason just fully exposed. Couldn't get tight enough in that spot. Impossible with the pressure being put on multiple angles. So now 2-point lead. It's been all Legion. See, breakout spot can live through the break. Legion gonna send Malloy to the snake off the break, and actually Kirill gonna be taking the early walk. It's gonna be 4-on-4 to start things out. Breakout spot on the blue side. Here comes Legion on the red side.
Yeah, but Legion all the way past the 50 on the snake side early here with Malloy. That man is a problem on the paintball field.
Yeah, if you look up the word paintball menace in the dictionary, there's going to be a smiling picture of Malloy. Because he's been an absolute menace for about 20 years now.
Breakout Spa. Dorito player trying to protect himself shooting forward. However, they lose another player out of the backfield. Spa just having no answers for Red Legion right now. Just 2 bodies left alive. Yeah. Malloy crawling all the way down.
Mike, the fluidity on the movements, playing off each other, just seamlessly threading up the field, playing the variables and the angles absolutely perfect here through 3. Also nice to start out up bodies. This time it was 44 to start though.
Yeah, Kirill getting picked up, coming through the middle. Off the break there, but Red Legion killing one of their own off the break. Malloy in the snake, playing with downhill momentum, followed up by Justin Rabikov. As potent as a 1-2 punch that perhaps has ever existed in paintball. Justin Rabikov and Alexander Barytnikov.
Yeah, I cannot argue with that. And anyone that would, I would question your logic. There's been a lot of good 1-2 combos that we could say are just as good, but they're 2 of the best together I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So now Edmonton Impact just down by 1, answering the call here against PB Fit. 9:32 to go, and PB Fit on the blue side, Edmonton Impact on the red side, and on the breakout, looks like we're going to send Mikey Arena into the snake here for Impact. Tonton Mason going to be taking the walk here from PB Fit. Fit still doubling up that back center as Chavez is going to release to get to the Thunder Valley Aztec.
Yeah, so Impact hanging tough on these breakouts, but they are going to lose Zach Yakimek. Very uncharacteristic death for Zach Yakimek. Elite survivability out of that guy, but dying in the first 15 seconds in an engagement here. Rainey, though, quick on the fill on the outside. It's a 4-on-4 situation. Rainey backing up Urena on the snake side. They got Scott Stewart and Jacob Seaball over there. Good to hear Colt Lukow's big voice back on the field, relaying the comms for Paintball Fit.
Yeah, very distinctive, booming voice, Colt Lukow.
Oh, but he's going to die out of the back center, so Impact.
Well, here comes the run through from Mike Urena. He's going to get 1. Is he going to get 2? Mike Urena trying to put the pinch and get Rainey to back him up. Rainey sees Mikey launch, and then they're going to smother Chavez from that D2 spot. And they got the count perfect.
That was awesome. Mikey Urena, I'm pretty sure he shot Seaball heads up and then immediately bunkered Stewart. What I love there, too, is he gets into Fitz Snake 1 after killing 2 bodies. Instead of going feasting for another kill, he communicates it. Hey, I'm down here, kill 4. Let's do it together.
Well,
Make it clean.
And I also like the pumping his boy up, Rainey Stanzik, who was right on the pace, right behind him. And as soon as that point finished, he, recognizing the elite performance from Mikey Arena, said, "That a boy, Mikey, let's go." Sometimes those, you know, it can't be all motivation. It has to be some tactics, some strategy. You got to talk about the variables out here and the mistakes. But being a motivator is important.
Rainey is a winner. Every camp he's gone to, he's won with them. He won with X Factor. He won with Damage. He's won with Impact. I think he just has an innate sense of not just what he needs to do, but how teams come together to win. Great poker player. Knows when to hold them. Knows when to fold them.
In the pits right now with Impact.
Hey, good shit, dog. How'd that go? Center guy did that after the count, so he's shooting high. You went right underneath.
Yeah, that shot's good on the outside.
No, but I'm saying he's shooting. The way they're playing it, look, they're trying to go Colt up. You guys understand that? Yes, he has 6 quads on his back. He is not playing the long game.
He doesn't want to fill out.
He doesn't want to fill out. You guys hear me?
getting even reads on the variables of how many pods their opponents are carrying and how they, which could indicate how much they want to fill out.
That's great intel.
It's been all Legion. See if the European champs can make something happen here. Breakout Spa earning the right to play, getting into the top 4. They're going to be dropping a body again early on the D side. So it's a 5-on-4 situation here for Legion as Malloy going to crawl up. He's joined with Clarenboll. Clarenboll is outside in Snake 2 for Breakout Spa.
Oh my goodness, Karslev just did something so filthy on the Dorito side. Went Dorito 4 off the break, anticipated the Breakout Spa player coming for him. Debunks him and stays alive to make it a 5-on-3. Awesome move by Karslev.
Fill out from Smotroff. Out behind Malloy. Yeah, so even in this seeding match, we're really only seeing starting 5 right now.
Yeah.
For Legion. And up 3, too. So if they were going to give Stanton a shot, or Vasquez, or Tiger King. Ooh, look at this. Battle in the middle. Duchesne comes up. It's going to be a major penalty assessed on Legion here. That is going to make this one interesting, because that should pull out... Yeah, pulls out Malloy and Smotroff. And Clarenboll is looking downfield wondering, where are the enemies? And we're looking for the enemies as well, too. Mike, you see any bodies?
They don't exist. The enemies are gone. So, tough penalty there by... Okay, yeah, so if a major pulls the last body, the point automatically goes to the other team. So Spa catching their first point. A little too much there from Karslev. Had a great move earlier in that point, but sometimes you just got to take it when you're about to get bunkered. Instead, he spins, catches the major penalty, allows Spa to put their first point up.
Yeah, it's just cool to see Breakout Spa here. They've had the opportunity to come over before, but we just they haven't decided to do it. Gave up their spot for some other teams because they couldn't make it, but they kind of went and pulled up some. It's like a French-Belgium all-star team right now.
Yeah,
so they got Jonathan Clarenboll, and he typically plays at Paris Camp Carnage. They also have Giger, he's really good too, Baptiste. So, and those guys are getting some spins out here.
Yeah, and we saw Coach Pascal from the Tontons over there helping out the Spa boys, the Belgians and French. So now Mikey Arena going to get shot off the break. That's big for Paintball Fit. He's been trouble for them, but they are going to lose Jonathan Chavez off the break, so 4-on-4.
Yeah, 2 big killers for both these squads off the field, even on the count, even on the points as well, too, and 7:43 to go. Here comes Seabaugh. He's going to release to get up into the wedge. That's going to get mirrored up. Nice athletic moves. Has Zach been doing some yoga or some CrossFit? Because he's looking nimble out there. He did get a little bit of a rough read. He didn't know that Seabaugh had made that move. So that cost him his body. Looks like Rainey's going to come off. Actually, a bomb blows off. There's 4 bodies walking off for Impact. That's going to force a quick concession. So after a couple from PB Fit to start it out, Impact rises up. They tie it up, and then PB Fit right back in there to pull, to put their 3rd point on the board and get a 1-point lead.
Exactly what you expect from 2 of the top teams in paintball. Great off-the-break shooting, really smart secondary bumps. This is, I think, how the field is supposed to look. The way these 2 teams are playing it.
I'm just smiling right now because it's a fun game to watch because these teams know they're in. The pressure is not there right now. Yes, you are playing another top team. You're playing for pride, and obviously these teams have some history recently, but these teams know they're going into the top 8 no matter what.
Yep.
So you have a little bit of freedom to play with out here, and it's definitely producing some fun paintball.
Smotrov, same 5 for Red Legion against Breakout Spa. That major penalty.
Malloy's just running and gunning into Snake 1 here, Mike.
Somehow, no matter what the meta of the layout is, Malloy is running and shooting to the Snake. It's honestly amazing, but they do lose Justin Rabikov out of the backfield early, so 5-on-4 advantage Spa. Smotrov backing up Alexander Boridnikov, who's in the Snake 3 already.
Yeah,
unstoppable to that position.
And this is an awkward way to play that back center here for Breakout Spa. So you're looking at Boridnikov, a.k.a. Malloy, and they've trapped 2 bodies in the backfield here. And yeah, I was going to say, this guy's life's going to be limited in that position.
Oof, that fell's not going to happen into the Snake.
Axel trying to dive into the Snake, and he gets roasted.
So after going up a body early, it's looking like Red Legion here. Kirill Pridney now getting into the mix up the middle. They're already in the Dorito 4 as well. Malloy walking off, though, so it's actually a 3-on-2.
Yeah, power for Red Legions on the D side, shading towards the middle. They have D4 and... was that a little... throw the pod trick?
Yeah.
Throw the pod trick from Karslev.
Yeah, it's a 3-on-3. He was trying to bait the Dorito player in front of him, I believe. It's Dorito 3 back center and snake corner for Spa. It's Dorito 4, the snake side wedge, or the Dorito side wedge, and the 50 brick on the snake side for Red Legion.
Yeah, no bite though on the trap, trying to be set by Karslev to throw the pod trick. But they have that triple stack of bodies. This is Legion's. This is their style. They're down to lose bodies if they take real estate, and more often than not, it works out well for them because they have Smotroff at the 50 brick. Here comes Kirill Pridny as he's going to crawl up and get all the way onto breakout Spa's side of the field. Karslev's in D4.
Smotrov has no eyes on the snake player. Now coming in there is Spa.
Yeah, that's Clarenbeau.
Clarenbeau. Number 91, he's been picked up by Smotrov now, recognizes the threat in the middle. Ooh, if one of these players can win this gunfight, it's going to change the course of this point. Smotrov only has the inside cut and over the top, while Kirill Pridny now coming inside from that wedge on the Spa side of the field, trying to kill the back center. Not going to happen. Now he's going to go low and protect himself from that Dorito 3.
An important point here for the swing. This is going to get this win.
Smotrov dies.
Yeah, because with Clarenbeau, with the death of Smotrov and Clarenbeau having the snake side to himself, they have to capitalize on this situation here, Mike.
Yeah, and Kirill Pridny has to play on his belly now, or Clarenbeau shoot him in the back. Karslev recognizes it. He retreats to that wedge. He's trying to work out Clarenbeau.
Clarenbeau is checking the backfield, but there's no one back there. Everyone's in front of him. Cross field.
It's a 2-on-2, very weird 2-on-2, or actually 3-on-2, advantage Spa.
And Clarenbeau's doing that because he has to make sure that there's no one in those spots.
And also,
but again, it's process elimination. If you know there's no, okay, we're check. Okay, no one back there. Process elimination. Where are these last bodies? They have to be in the 50s in the middle.
Yeah, but it's also Red Legion, and they do such weird things. You know, like sometimes they're doing these crazy, or all the way around, going to retreat from the 50 Dorito to the snake corner. So I do recognize his wariness here.
Wariness is exactly the word I was thinking of as well, too. Yeah, he's getting hyper-focused, though, on those back bunkers.
Yeah.
If there was somebody back there, he probably would have seen something back there already. And then the player at the South Electronics bunker is just also trying to be very cautious in this moment. Oh, here comes the move, though. Yes, they had that extra body here.
And he lived. He just bunkered Kirill clean. Now he's going to trade with Karslev. Awesome job by the Spa player over there to dig out Kirill Pridny, get him clean, figure out where he is, trade with Karslev.
The European champs with some French all-stars, the Belgians with some French fresh blood out here. Great job by Clarenbeau, and they're hanging here. So we got the European champs hanging with the #1 team in Major League Paintball right now.
Yeah, I mean, they went down 0-3. I thought the match was over.
It was not looking good, Mike.
Yeah, we've seen some mercy rules so far this morning. I thought, oh, here's another one, but hanging tough.
Les gars, vous avez la formule magique là, c'est bon, vous avez compris, d'accord? Hein, Tonton?
You know what he's saying, Maddie? If we pull off this,
I do not.
If we pull off this comeback, we are going to have so much cheese and wine. I promise you, it will be worth it.
Let's get a look here on the replay. So you see Kirill tucked in as much as he can. Here comes the move. Dices up Kirill. You see the bunker move. That forces Karslev to try to make something happen as he knows there's somebody right there. That was a 2-for-1 trade on that beautiful move. And now back into this one here. 1 point lead for PB Fit.
3 in the back center there to start out for Impact. Zach Yakimek able to dig out. Both teams 5-on-5. I think this is the first point we've seen both teams get out 5 alive. Impact into the Dorito 2 in the insert. Fit first team into the snake. They got Scott Stewart in there. He's in the conversation for season MVP, but what happens here this weekend is going to determine it. Dr. Seaball going to take the walk to the rec room. 5-on-4 advantage Impact.
Yeah, Impact down a point, though, with the body advantage. They get the shot in on Colt Lukow, so great kill for Impact to get the big gun for PB Fit off the field. Cyrus Geringer is going to refill that spot, and he's going to move towards the D side.
Chavez died, though, so now it's a 5-on-2 advantage Impact. Tyler Harmon playing on his feet.
Yeah, look for a potential concession here from PB Fit. Looks like they're going to let Stewart and Geringer roll it for a little bit.
Yeah, with the 1-point lead. Now Dalton Vanderbilt coming into Fitz Dorito. He's going to kill Stewart cross field, so a 5-on-1. Make it a 5-on-none. Vanderbilt coming on in.
Yeah, unless you want to play more paintball.
Oh,
no really reason to concede it. Ooh.
I don't know what was happening there, but Dalton Vanderbilt pulled his gun up on Cyrus Geringer, maybe getting a little chirpy there. The corrections officer, Dalton Vanderbilt, I wouldn't be messing with that guy. He'll throw you in the slammer.
It's a pretty thick guy, too. He's got a cheery disposition, but you don't mess with Dalton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did pull his gun up a little bit. Wonder what that was all about. Let's get a look here. I mean, Cyrus can get a little chirpy every now and then. Yeah, he pulls up his gun. Maybe just flexing on him a little bit. His finger's not even on the trigger, though. Oh, he explained his actions to the referee. He's like, hey, let's get a look at this pack. Tyler's like, you're good to go, brother. Let's put that tiny point on the board.
Might have just been using his barrel as an index finger there, you know, known to happen. Seemed intimidating to me.
In the pits here with Impact. And jumping into our next point, 6:34. 5-on-5 to start with. And maybe losing Malloy, though, as very quickly Breakout Spa going to be getting into the snake.
Here comes Jamison Stanton off the bench for Red Legion. First time we're seeing him here. Breakout Spa going to lose a body out of the backfield. So 5-on-4 advantage Red Legion. They got Malloy in the snake, backed up by Jamison Stanton. Breakout Spa in the snake, I think maybe for the first time in the early going of a point here. Number 51 in that snake too, posted up down the wire. It's Bridnikov, Stanton, Rabakov, Karslev, and Pridney.
Stanton and Smotroff have very similar builds and very similar styles.
Yep, playing similar spots. Oh, Stanton, nice job. Goes into the 50 brick. I thought he killed this player. No, he's clean. Stanton misses his shot. I like the move, not the execution, but Red Legion all across the 50s and 40s right now, Maddie, with just J-Rob in the backfield, one body advantage.
This is their style. This is how they play. They're going to run up the field on you. They know every angle. They've probably played as many points on this layout as Fit has, which is somewhere slightly over 200 points.
I think they would have been an almost unanimous favorite on this field layout if they had Sergey. I think the Sergey injury is just one major question mark. Baridnikov getting Cyclops, Maddie.
Yeah, and really no need for him. Oh, Stanton's going to commit, though. Stanton comes through and shoots out Adrian.
I like that move by Stanton there after losing his one on the snake side, because now that player for Breakout Spa was going to own the entire side of the field, come hunting for him. Instead, Stanton gets him off the field, makes it a 3-on-3.
Yeah, a little bit of an uncharacteristic death, though, for Malloy in that situation. He's in a good spot, and they're up a point. Really no reason to be engaging in a gunfight in that situation from that position.
Totally agree. Now this Spa player hunting through the middle.
This is Quentin Duchesne. He said, I've been to Europe a decent amount of times. He's pretty good.
Wow, he just put a nasty shot on J-Rab in transition through the middle to make it a 3-on-2 advantage Breakout Spa. So you said it, Matty. Duchesne. I'll remember the name after he put that ball on J-Rab's eyes.
Yeah, he's an intelligent player. He'll play aggressive when he needs to and pull stuff like this off also when needed. Versatility key out here. And Axel going to get in the snake here for Breakout Spa.
Yeah.
With Duchesne, commentator curse for us. Duchesne comes through and a little bit of a spin. That's going to be a major penalty on Quentin. Unfortunately here for Breakout Spa, it was looking good for them to try to tie this one up and make it a match. Unfortunately, major penalty going to change the story here. So it's going to be 4-2 with 3:39 left to go in favor of Red Legion.
Yeah, bad major there. Kirill Pridney had just been so sneaky crawling forward into that wedge. Duchesne had no idea he's there. Can't just react after you've been shot, put a ball on him. Good job, Pridney. Red Legion taking a 2-point lead.
Wondering who Legion's going to send out in this next one for their 5th. They're not going to deviate from the other 4, I'm guessing, in a game this close, but maybe. Okay, we're playing for seeding right now. This one's been a blessing. 3-3 here. The team that's won 2 events, sitting second overall, playing the team that just came off a win in Texas at the last one. Edmonton Impact also winning 2 3-man events this year.
Yeah, they killed Dalton Vanderbilt off the break. They killed Zach Yakimek out of the back center. So quickly, a 5-on-3 advantage paintball fit in this tie game. It's Tyler Harmon, Nick Laval, and Justin Cornell against Seabaugh, Stewart, Mason, Lucao, Chavez.
JC with a desperation dive out wide, and he makes it clean into the insane paintball door out wide here, snake side.
Jacob Seabaugh onto Impact side of the field in that wedge. He's got to press all up into that with Tyler Harmon in the Dorito 2. Impact hanging tough so far in this low body situation. Mostly in the backfield, fit with the advantages. Trent Mason in the snake, Seabaugh in that wedge. Lucao and Chavez running the 2-man attack on the Dorito side. JC, those are tough spots to live in, those doors. But JC's been in every situation you can imagine on a paintball field. He's been great for them this year.
Yeah, it really has. Mason doing a little surgery, though, on his gun. And into Snake 3.
Seabaugh able to get his gun up on the Dorito side briefly.
Oh, but then Seabaugh losing a gunfight from Impact side of the field. So huge kill for Edmonton Impact to try to get this one closer to even on the count. Now 4-on-3.
Yeah, Mason's gun's down, though, so it's still effectively, it's almost effectively a 3-on-3. However, Chavez getting into the Dorito 4 for paintball fit. Looks like Mason got that. Oh, he had to take his barrel tip off Maddie.
Oh, he's just got what we call the accelerator on it. Sounds like a hand cannon out there. Had to take that tip off the barrel. That's what makes it quiet. You can still get paintballs downfield, though, with how he's running it right now. Not the most ideal situation for Mason, but at least he has an effective weapon.
He's also in a spot, too, where he can draw guns. That cross-field shot, maybe not going to be as dialed in.
There's Chavez here on your screen in a good position. Gunfighting down the sideline. Looks like Harmon's not giving him much down there. Harmon's more focusing here on Mason.
Coming down on 3 minutes here. Oh, Chavez taking the walk. I think it must have been JC or Nick Laval who killed him, but now it's a 3-on-3.
I think it was JC. I mean, maybe Tyler head checked that way. I mean, that is Tyler Harmon's game. All of a sudden, he'll shoot inside for a second and just throw a quick stream at you and kill you because it's Tyler Harmon.
Colt Lucao taking over the offense on the Dorito side. He's really on the island drill now.
Yeah, and Mason over here. His weapon now sounds like a snub-nosed 44.
JC sneaks into the snake. Tyler Harmon into Dorito 3. So Impact developing nicely, fighting back in the low body situation. Mason has lost track of JC.
Yeah, Scott Stewart into Snake 3. Mason now at the wedge, but tie ball game, 2:30 on the clock. This could be the deciding point here, Mike.
Nick Laval, great comms to JC, said 34, might be 33.
Yeah, JC not talking either, doing hand motions and head nodding for communication, which can be effective if they got eyes on you. Doesn't want to talk and give up his spot.
Colt Lucao and Tyler Harmon dueling on the Doritos side. Mason and Stewart, the 2-man op for fit on the Snake side. Laval and JC for Impact. 3-on-3 tense moments under 2 minutes.
Ooh, Colt Lucao going to get shot. That's going to force Mason to head over to the cam, but puts him in a tough position here. One body advantage right now for Impact. Mason gets across to the Badlands Tower and then goes into the wedge as well, too. So nice little reposition here from Mason to make this one interesting and spread the field. Scott Stewart is zoned up here on down the sideline on Justin Cornell.
That's high-level field knowledge from Trenton Mason. Making his way over to the Dorito side, recognizing based on the positions of Impact where he could go. Now a trade on the Snake side. That works for Impact.
And then they get the shot in on Mason. That's going to force the concession. So excellent job by JC. So Justin Cornell, Nick Laval, and Tyler Harmon. Calm, composed, aggressive, good communication. Winning the 3-on-3 battle here and winning the low body situation against PB Fit.
Yeah, those top teams, they're all great, but I think if you're talking about the teams that are hardest to close, Impact has to be right up there because they like to play the pressure game.
I'm the Dorito King.
Chill. I didn't even fucking die. I was
Hey, everyone shut the fuck up. Focus on winning the next one.
Got you.
That's the meeting. You had your barrel too?
Shawnee coming in. The voice reason. Okay, everyone shut up. Let's figure it out. Yeah, Colt a little frustrated here with Shavi. They're trying to get Colt, hey, I was talking about this, talking about that. He's like, how about you guys stop dying? How about that? Ooh, a little bit of a tough dive in here for Breakout Spa as he caught a little ground diving in. Then they're going to lose Duchesne out of the backfield. It's looking good again for Legion.
Ooh, Jameson Stan had no idea that Breakout Spa was already in Snake 3. However, Breakout Spa getting blown away in the backfield. I think it might just be the Snake player left. It is. They're going to concede very quick. Point for Red Legion, taking another 3-point lead here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a, again, they lose that back center player off the break and then a tough dive in for that man on your screen here on the D side. And dove in, took a core sample, see his barrels off. We're getting that a little bit out here. The ground is getting a little sandy.
Yeah, sandy. Landing zones, not the softest out here, but
it's almost some of them are too soft.
Right.
They're going to come up through here because they just did it. All right? Chavez is going to try to make his move. They're going to try to go here, shut down the Snake side. We're on the far end. We're on the far end, guys. JC, we need to get you a spot where you're lit. I don't know if Callie can move. I think we got to take one. I can go either of these, but I'm going through. I agree, but to me, I think if we shoot. I can do this, and if the only way you can kill me is dead. Raspberry. So if he kills me, we kill him. Yes. Let's be safe, though. Okay, so listen, JC, I think it's the round. Let him do the round because I think he's shooting right in front.
Yeah, but then the back center is shooting that.
I can try it. I'll do it. Okay.
I'll go low.
Let's go low. JC, Nick, big body. You need to shoot the raspberry guy. Zach, come up, and I need you to put paint right back at this back center because there are a lot of bodies right here in the center. All right?
We're double shooting that.
No, you're shooting the raspberry. He's right here. Zach's doing this.
I'm the one, Tyler's the two.
Dalton, I need you in the beast. Get in the beast.
There it is, boys.
I love that though. So Big Dave Baines is in there and he needs info from his guys. This is Cup. You're on the back of the field. Yeah, there's a little tower you can watch from, but you need insight from your players, the guys that are getting shot at, the guys that are seeing what angles are most effective, and that's how it's done right there. Here's what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? Okay, I got your information. Or what about you? I need you someplace around here. What do you think about that? You take all that information, you make the game plan.
Trust and collaboration right there from Impact. Dave Baines is great at it. Players on the field have much better vision. Dave Baines making use of that vision.
Yeah, very rarely in the best teams in the world are they just telling you exactly. They're not joysticking you down the field.
Right.
We're running plan C. Do exactly this. That's not how it works at the elite level most of the time.
Yep. And especially with a guy like JC, you need your players to be honest with you in those situations, telling you what needs to happen.
Tense moments here. See the talk here on the box. Sometimes audible will happen based on the read you see downfield. Pretty quiet here for Fit. They know what they want to do. No Colt Luke out for this one.
Yeah.
It's like Cyrus getting a spin.
He came off pretty hot right there. I wonder if they were like, hey, Colt, gotta take one down, catch your breath, and maybe chill out a little bit. Right now, Impact 1-point lead, 1:21 on the clock. JC running to that insert bunker. He makes it, surviving the breakout. So key here against Fit. Scott Stewart in the snake. 5-on-5, making it 5-on-4.
Yeah, as Trenton Mason gets Cyclops in that back center. Here comes Cyrus Geringer, World Cup MVP here on this ground last year. And He's going to be being proactive. He goes all the way through. He's going to get one and then gets diced up. But he takes out Justin Cornell with a clean run through. So it should be a 3-on-3. No, is that another body dropping for, I think Dalton's taking the walk on the, so it's definitely 3 bodies left alive right now for Impact.
3 alive for Fit as well. Stewart. Or maybe just 2 alive? Is it just Stewart and Chavez? I think so. 3-on-2.
Yeah, but Stewart's all the way on their side.
No, Seaball as well, so 3-on-3.
Yeah, but Scott Stewart is really putting the pressure there. He's going to wrap around to get the kill. Might be getting another one here. Rolls off and definitely gets... He either pushed Tyler Harmon into that or got the kill himself. So just 1 player left alive. And Stewart's going to release and dice him up.
What?
And probably a penalty.
What?
Major penalty assessed here on Zach Yakimek as the drop. Scott Stewart launched, got the drop on Zach, and referee thinking Zach Yakimek with the spin, shooting out Scott Stewart. Penalty assessed. That's going to carry on to the next one and give the advantage here to PB Fit because there was no one left to pull.
Right. It was a swing point in the last 60 seconds, so I believe they'll start with 4. I don't think you start with 3 in this situation in the under 60 seconds with automatic swing point. I could be wrong about that, but regardless, tie game. Probably going to go into overtime with under 20 seconds left.
Talking about potential MVP for the year, depending on how things go at World Cup. It's double points in the seeding points, but it's also a lot more attention and a lot more pressure, so we heavily weight what you do at Cup in these situations. But, man, Scott Stewart's move right there, fundamental for potentially PB Fit to take this win. We will see. 3-point lead right now for Legion with 3:17 to go.
A leapfrog move from the back center into the Dorito 2 for breakout spa, and they're going to kill Jamison Stanton out of the middle. So 5-on-4 advantage breakout. With just 3 minutes left to go, down 3 points. Karslev has been in the Dorito 4 faster than anybody so far this weekend. It seems like he starts there. Going to kill one out of the backfield for breakout spa, even the body count.
But a gunfight lost here by Kuzmin, the Tiger King, and the Snake. Breakout spa, and now they're all the way on the Legion side, and they don't know he's here. Should have an easy kill on the door. Oh, misses his shot, though. This is Aiden. Or Adrian Krompholz.
4-on-3 situation.
Yeah, Krompholz putting the pinch on the white door. He's thinking about crawling up. Oh, here comes the highway move. Malloy shoots him on the break, and he stays alive. Great counterattack here from Alexander Burtnikov.
That was unbelievable by Burtnikov there. Just in transition, clapping him up in the face while falling to the ground.
And he's going to continue his attack. Feeling a ton of pressure. Whoever's at the door needs to realize that the Snake Guy's dead. He's still checking off on that spot like that position's hot, whereas Malloy's done the damage needed and is all the way now on breakout spot side of the field, and everyone's looking at Malloy.
Yeah, you're liable to shoot your own guy in the back.
Yeah, it's tough in that situation. Yeah, so it's Kirill. But Kirill's going to recognize that Malloy's all the way up there. Yeah, so he's going to come behind him. I'm hoping for Legion's sake that he doesn't shoot him in the back here. I doubt Kirill will.
Yeah. So it's the Dorito corner and the Snake corner for breakout spa. I mean, that paint was hitting right where Burtnikov's head was. Here he goes.
And he's going to dice up the player in the back corner, Alexander Burtnikov, with a running and gunning shot, diving into a spot to get the kill on Krompholz, and then puts in the back corner by himself. So single-handedly just with a broadsword cutting through the back line here, a breakout spot to put another point on the board here for Legion.
Awesome job. Normally in a 3-on-2 situation, you don't want your guy to run down in what could be a 50-50 trade like that. Malloy, different story. So good in these situations. Loves to eat. That man feasts.
Yeah, so here comes, this was that major penalty. So let's run this back a little bit here. So Scott Stewart attacking Zach Yakimek. Here it is from the other angle. Okay, so Zach was switching that way, but his gun was down.
So that's the situation here. He was feeling, you could see it spray off him right there and then pull his gun up. So that is forcing them to start
with three.
With only 10 seconds left to go. They should be able to hold off the attack for 10 seconds, even with just 3 bodies.
Yeah, you can take those back 3 spots, cross it up. Fit gonna send it. They don't really have the legs either, Paintball Fit. They're an aggressive team. They know how to get forward, but speed isn't something that they have a ton of. Still gonna take it to overtime in this heavyweight showdown.
Yeah, this is... With PB Fit and Impact, I was hoping we'd be blessed with a good one, and this is one of the best games we've seen in the prelims.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to throw 5 minutes on the clock back in the pits here. Johnny helping out his boys here in the pits. Dr. Seabaugh getting ready to go.
Hey boys, they fucked up Jacob.
Turn on the next ball, guys. Sorry. Using a different gun.
Hey, no matter what happens out there, you call school for life, play the right stuff you did. We gave them that last point.
Hey, let's take it back, right? Hey, this is what we're built for. Built to win, right?
Yes, sir. Believe in that shit, boys.
Hey, I'm going better over here. I want to go heads up fast, guys.
Tense moments in the pits. About to head into overtime. After we see the conclusion of this match, 4-point lead here for Legion.
And they're doing, and when they do dead ground here, this guy comes underneath. You guys done it? They're gonna vacate the 33 quicker. We've shot them every time. They keep 33 for long. You guys understand that?
Can you tell which way?
It's 2 in the back center.
If you yell, you're the one. If you yell my name, you tell me to shoot outside. Otherwise, I'm shooting at the dodge.
You want to be one? I can tell you on Stuart the way they go with him in package. Outside. Okay.
Hey, let's send Brandon 1 and let me follow.
Yeah, that's fine. Where we on B? Okay, B's.
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
We gotta shoot the raspberry guy, guys. That's the guy that's
like practice, huh, big boy?
Once this guy runs across, he looks forward, correct?
10 seconds.
Yes.
Utah, when he runs in, you guys heads up?
Yes, he does.
Imagine the raspberry guys, some kind of floater for Paintball Fit, one of their key guns there. Seems like a floater call. But right now, it's Red Legion up 4 on Breakout Spa. Under a minute left to go. Spa playing for pride right here.
Yeah, probably going to be the last point we see, unless there's a major penalty here.
Have seen the birds flying this morning, the yellows and reds.
Yeah, quite a few penalties out here. Looks like Krill Brittany going to get peeled off in the middle. Smotroff going to get out wide with J-Rab. Smotroff's going to go back to the back center. And Malloy here, 50-yard line snake. Just biding his time, not risking anything, just getting shot at.
Draw the guns. Make him dig you out. It's the best way to slow down a snake attack is to be in there first. J-Rab now cruising through the middle. Purple people eater. The purple beanie.
Yeah, under 5. Final score going to be 6-2 here.
J-Rab wants to put it on someone real quick before this match ends. Not going to happen.
No, he shot the center player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he bunkered him out right about 2 seconds left.
J-Rab's like, all right, we're going to win by 4, but I'd like to shoot one more person before we take the gear off. Go into our break. Nice job. Red Legion looking like a favorite out here, looking like the 1 seed. Could be tight in the series title rankings. 2 points separate Fit and Red Legion. Double points awarded for the World Cup. So if either of those teams wins the tournament, they're going to win the series as well.
Yeah, that's it's rare to win a series and the World Cup at the same time. Not a lot of people, not a lot of teams have done that historically. We've been coming to Kissimmee here for 31 years, I believe, 32.
Wow. Right now, overtime, Impact, Fit. Maddie, we got to get some action on these games at some point. Right now, though, Cyrus Geringer taking the walk. Impact, 5-on-4 advantage. That is massive, and they survived the breakout.
Yeah, this is huge. See if they can reposition and get those secondaries and make it clean. Justin Cornell, JC, going to be taking the walk, though. So it evens up the count, 4-on-4. Chavez is going to get going on the D side. He gets into D2, and here comes Mikey Urena, and he gets out alive. Into the snake goes PB Fit, though. Stewart going to crawl up the snake, too, backed up by Seabaugh.
Brandon Cornell has scurried into the Dorito 2. He's backed up by Tyler Harmon over there. Rainey Stanzek in the back center for Impact, working with Mikey Arena after the loss of Justin Cornell. Scott Stewart backing up, looking for a shot on on Brandon Cornell crossfield. Colt Lukow spreading the comms. He and Jonathan Chavez, they have a really interesting working relationship. Those two hard on each other.
Seaball gets out, back corner bunker snake side to help out Stewart. Mirroring up with Mikey Arena. No one in the snake here for Impact, though. A little bit more in the backfield. Good position for, I believe that's Tyler Harmon over there. Oh, but Mikey Arena getting chopped up trying to get into the snake, and that's a huge containment. Good zone control for PB Fit.
That's Jacob Seaball filtering out to the corner, recognizing what player is playing in front of him and anticipating the movement by Urena. Nice job by Seaball. One body advantage for Paintball Fit. Impact in the Dorito 2, the South Electronics door in the back center. Not a great spread, but they certainly have great players on the field, and one of them taking a walk. Rainey Stanzak dying out of the back center.
Looking
4-on-2.
Looking really good here for PB Fit. Scott Stewart has the snake to himself. He's got a little under 3 minutes to work with here, and he's got Overwatch. It's looking real solid for PB Fit to put this win on the board if Stewart goes to work.
Certainly is. Seaball was shooting a bounce shot off the back center into Tyler Harmon's back. Tyler Harmon in a really difficult position. Scott Stewart looking like he's just going to crawl all the way down, get on the wrap here. Doesn't have the door, but he will have Brandon Cornell on the inside. He kills him. It's just Tyler Harmon. An Impact in need of a miracle. Seaball calls it Delta only. Harmon's dead.
Yeah,
it wins.
Nothing that Tyler Harmon could do in that situation, and just talked about that with Stewart having the snake all to himself, able to crawl all the way down. He's taking a little bit of a, he was kind of slow to crawl up, and now he's down on in a squat. I'm hoping that Stewart's okay. Or maybe he's just glaring over at the Impact pits. Flex on, I'm not really sure. What a great game, though.
Great game between two top teams out here, living up to the billing right there. And that Fit Faithful crowd, we can hear them big time being on the spectator side over here, Matty. They are loud.
They definitely travel well. So congratulations to Red Legion and PB Fit as we watched our top 4 teams throw down here. Be seeing a little bit more of that, playing these seeding games. Stick around, though. Coming up next, it's going to be the Tontons taking on Papaletto, and Houston Heat taking on Energy Elite. If you're joining us on your social media networks, please head on over to MLPB Plus to watch the best teams and players here at the best tournament on planet Earth, the NXL World Cup. We'll be right back.
Let's go, Fit.
I'm asking him. You gotta tell him.
Good job, guys. Sorry.
there is a sport you've never seen. A game of speed, chaos, and precision, where milliseconds decide legends. Now, you get to see it for yourself.
Big moment in pro paintball history.
Let's go!
Major League Paintball Plus is your all-access pass to the sport's biggest stage. The exclusive home to live tournament paintball action, featuring semifinals and finals of all NXL major events, and much more.
It's just a fantastic time for paintball and all our fans. Just love it.
Go beyond the field with Major League Paintball Plus.
They're really trying to reach every player out there and not just the elite of the elite. They're trying to really show that carbon is the gear for paintball players.
We're an all-in package, so everything from head to toe that we're wearing, but we chose that. It did not get forced on us, but once you wear the product, it speaks for itself.